Hello, hello, hello.
Yo, yo, yo.
Jake, how are you?
I'm great. I'm excited for this one. We got called out.
Already? Didn't even start yet. Everyone, welcome back. Real Collectors, Fake Investors. I am Real Collector Ern. This is Fake Collector Jake.
Fake investor too.
How you been, by the way? We haven't really caught up.
I've been good. I went to the East Bay card show, but it was in the South Bay on Sunday, and I literally zigzagged through every row trying to find singles to grade, and I bought about a dozen.
Wow,
Not much, I know.
big spender.
Well, to be honest, you know how picky I am. And I obviously had my trusty black glove. So
Wait,
yeah,
tell me you're kidding.
absolutely. You
Tell
know
me
I'm
you're
not
kidding.
kidding. Hyperhidrosis. You guys know that. Like my hands are clammy as we speak.
So you were going around with
Um,
black gloves on?
one black glove, like Michael Jackson.
I'm
Yeah.
really happy I didn't meet up with you this weekend.
I mean, I'm all over on who is it? Nuno and Ozzy's TikTok through trying to show how to find gradable cards, and I look like the mailman. But
Let me answer this question real quick. Is there a reason why there's two streams? Yeah, there is a vertical stream for vertical viewers, and there's a regular stream for regular
for
viewers.
yeah,
So just so you know, we did this last time as well. So just want to
yeah,
clarify that early. So
and
you went to a
we
show with the
won't.
black. Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
sorry,
ahead.
and I just want to let them know that we will see your comment no matter which stream they aggregate into Streamyard. So we're
Yeah.
good there.
Jokes on you, Kai. We're gonna go for more than 2 hours. So enjoy your morning. Yeah, I wish I would have went to the show. I've honestly been like, I've had to slow down a bit just because of career change and also getting ready to travel, family stuff. I'm still buying stuff. I just just not as active as it was like 2 weeks ago. Maybe it's because the market's dead. Everything's
Totally dead.
crashing. So
Absolutely crashing. Yeah,
yeah.
to the core. But yeah,
Shall we?
it was good. Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it. How have you been? Like with the career change, you don't have to go too deep.
Yeah, good.
You're
Just
remote
just
now. You're just driving around, right? Have you posted a video this week?
no. That's part of the challenge, man. Is like I work from home, so I got nowhere to drive.
You gotta you gotta do a coffee trip. How about this? Ooh, you do a video driving to the coffee shop, and then we do a cards and coffee episode on my channel. I think it's a
I
great idea. And then you're my Uber driver, and then we can do a video together in your
I
car.
will say it here, dude. I don't know if I could record in person like you.
Oh,
Just
dude,
saying.
we can go find a park or something. Sheesh.
It would have to be a really nice location for
Oh
me to
my
feel
gosh.
comfortable. But no kidding. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
fun.
really timing, dude. Like I'm doing like 10 plus hours a day just working and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
got to figure out the best way to record. I had some ideas to record from my desktop on different market stuff, but um, honestly, it's fine. It feels good to like relax and
Yeah.
like not have to be on top of it, especially as we go into the new year. So it's yeah,
You're
stuff
probably not
works.
the only one that feels that way.
Yeah, and market's down, and it's all crashing. So you know, welcome back, episode 6. Episode 6. It's been 3 months, man.
Heck
Thanks
yeah.
for sticking to me,
Oh,
sticking with me on
yeah,
this.
I got you.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Loaded agenda today. A bunch of different topics. We're gonna do a little quiet.
Yeah,
You
maybe
guys
bring
sure
your
about
mic a
that?
little closer. You sound fine to me, but
Yeah. Hey, if you guys think I'm quiet, I'll speak louder into the mic. Um, we'll do collector's corner today. A little bit. Did you know? Some small updates on Pokemon releases, and then our main topic. What are we talking about today?
we have a few topics, but the main topic is collecting, investing, and is investing collecting? Are we in a dystopia, and is PSA scamming everyone? Right?
Glad we
Sounds
prepared.
about right.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Just everything that you could possibly imagine that's going on. We're probably going to talk about it. Um,
Except Kabuto King. We are not talking about that whatsoever. If you're here for Kabuto, I'm sorry. This is not the stream for you.
I kind of feel like someone's going to bring it up later.
Absolutely.
I'm down to talk about it. It's
Ugh. Yuck.
yeah, yeah. Um, and then we'll do hot takes, and then we'll go through Q&A. So hopefully, what, 2 hours, 2.5 hours,
We'll
2 hours?
probably,
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
See how
We'll
far we
see.
get. Collector's Corner. What's in the PC? I have been buying a bunch of Legendary Collection. I hope Ricky doesn't watch this. I'm slowly going to master set Legendary Collection. Oddly enough, I had a viewer reach out. He's a vendor. He has a bunch of stuff from his PC, and he had a bunch of Legendary Collection. He wanted to know if I wanted to buy like the Electrode and the Nido King and the Nido Queen, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I have all this other Legendary Collection." So I just bought all of his Legendary Collection.
Ricky's pissed. Ricky is
Yeah.
so pissed.
Um, my goal is moderately played or better, and so hopefully light played to moderately played. And I want to binder all of them. The only challenge is that like I had to buy his Blastoise and Snorlax, and they're probably PSA 8s, so I probably have to grade them. Gonna have to sell them. Then gonna have to get other copies for in place of them. So, um, yeah,
These
this
look
is
so good.
my binder.
They look so good. I think the Dragonair is one of my favorites. I think that art is so good. That's Team Rocket, right? If I remember correctly, that's Dark Dragonair.
Dark
Um,
Dragonair, yeah, it's Rocket.
I love that one. I think the color lists from this set in reverse like are some of the cards that pop most as far as like reverses go. Same with like Persian Dragonite's probably one of my favorites. But you got War Turtle and Blastoise. I'm curious how those do if you decide to grade those.
Yeah, there's a Charmander, there's Dark Blastoise, War Turtle. The so to come full circle on this, I had like 30 PSA 9 legendary collection cards that I graded most myself from COVID, and then
Okay.
I sold them all like a year and a half ago because I decided I was done. So we've come full circle, but I'm dedicated to having a binder. That's the one thing that I wish I would have done more of and like actually stuck to. So
Yep.
we're what 12, 25 cards in. We got
You
130
got
left.
yeah,
Yeah,
you
so
got a long, but that's the whole, that's the journey. That's the whole part of collecting, right? It's like
yeah, yeah,
I think this binder will look so good regardless of condition. I think one of my favorite binders, and it's actually like my best performing video, is just my like illustration rare binder, and it's like just something that I think is like the best like coffee table like magazine kind of vibe where anyone who, even if you don't collect Pokemon, just throwing that on the table and letting someone that's never looked at Pokemon or collected Pokemon might bring in like new collectors, and I think this would do the same. Definitely
yeah.
nostalgic though. Nice.
I I saw a PSA 5 Zard. Guess how much it sold for? I died
PSA
inside.
5.
PSA 5. I died
The
inside.
reverse or the just the hollow?
Reverse, reverse.
I would say 1200.
It was like 1,500.
Oh
So
my gosh. Yeah.
yeah, that's gonna hurt to
It's
get eventually, but it's this is gonna take me like 3 years at least if I take my time
yep. It's a marathon, not a race.
for sure.
Absolutely.
You got a nice little pickup.
Yes, I have it by me too. You can see it here, but I got Claire's Blastoise from Versus. Um,
Very nice.
I don't know. Does this card come in the fire? Is it the Fire and Water pack? Do we know?
It comes in the Fire and Water deck. Yeah.
Ooh, once we open that pack, I call dibs on this non-hollow.
You
Um,
already have one though.
but I want another one. I want a grade one myself. I picked this up. Shout out to Jason. He's right now in Japan sourcing cards as we speak. But I picked it up from him. I think like a week or two ago. We had coffee together, and he brought some VS. Um, he was like, "Yeah, I got a bunch of VS in here, and it was a bunch of nines." He's like, "Yeah, I graded these like I don't know. Some of these were recent, but a lot of the nines and a few of the tens were like 5 certs, 6 certs he's had since like 2021." Um, and I was like, "Ooh, I want some of these nines." And he's like, "Well, I got a few tens," and I was like, "Let me see." And this just happened to be in there.
What's a 10 go
Um,
for?
I paid 220 for this. I don't know what it's
That
going for
feels
on eBay.
cheap.
Yeah, I think it is under, but it's just the homie hookup. But this is also Yoshida who illustrated the Smeargle from Neo Discovery, Tyranitar from I think either Neo Discovery or the one from Neo Destiny. I think it might have been the one from Neo Destiny. But yeah, I'm a fan of this artist, and I was just talking to my friend Desi. Shout out to Taylor, but he's also a Blastoise collector too. And he had mentioned something that I always noticed too, and it's like Blastoise's like claw or paw looks like a broken like claw machine in
Whoa.
this. It's really weird. It's like he's like flipping it upside down, which is like really weird. But yeah, I always thought it looked funny.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it's odd. But yeah, this is like one of the exclusive Blastoise cards that are only in Japanese, obviously it being VS, but there's also another partner Blastoise that's exclusive to Japan, and it's like the later VS era. It's Sid's Blastoise.
Oh yeah, Sid's Blasted
Um
from Diamond and Pearl.
yeah, it was a VS card as well, but yeah, I still need that. I had a few opportunities. Actually, Jason's gonna source me one while he's out there in Japan, hopefully, and if either a minty raw copy or try to find me a 10 out there.
It's from Platinum Movie Pack. It's a promo card.
Yep.
Sid's Blastoise. Yeah, very
Hmm.
cool.
Yeah, I used to
I've
have
seen
it
it.
raw, but I didn't think it was gonna 10, so I ended up selling it. Um, yeah, the non-hollow Japanese 10s are so cheap. Some of them are just like instant clips, but this one, I'm glad I got to buy it from a friend and PC for forever. I mean, I've bought a few Blastoises and Squirtles from Jason. I got my McDonald's Squirtle promo, the bubble Squirtle
Hmm.
from him. I picked up the Cardass Blastoise and a 9. I think I got all three of my Cardass evolutions of Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise from him. It's been great when it comes to Japanese. If you are looking to buy Japanese graded cards or raw, hit up Slow Down Thank You on Instagram or check out his eBay.
Yeah, Jason, hook it up, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming, Rar. Good to see you, buddy. All right, let's get into Did You Know? So, I should preface this by saying my Did You Know comes from a bunch of cards that I bought, in which I had realized that in order for me to complete the set, it's probably never going to happen. So, uh, as many of you know, there's the Japanese and English version of Pokemon Rumble. In Japan, they have three additional cards in their set, and they're exclusive. That's the Pachirisu, Krogunk, and the Eevee. Now, as I was doing my research and really digging into why these are impossible to find, back in the day, you had if you beat the game, you got a unique code. You'd insert that unique code into the Daisuke Players Club website, and then they would randomly draw 100 people to get a booster pack with these three cards. So you
Oh
had to
wow.
first beat the game. You had to get a unique code. You had to enter a lottery, and then you can get a pack that had these three cards in it. They only printed 100 of these cards. So
Oh wow.
if there's like a sealed pack of these, it's probably I don't even know how much it would go for. But let's dig into the cards specifically. Pop 10 for each of these cards. I think two of them are there's 8 pop 10s, and then one of them has a six pop 10s. So there's less than 8 in total for less than 8 for each of them in a pop 10. I was watching Tetra Ninja and Zach Mint's podcast,
Hmm.
and because Tetra sold or he has a pair of these, and he was
Oh
saying
wow.
how the trio pair sold for like 95K recently in like a private sale.
That's crazy.
So you can't You can't comp
These
these
are
cards. They're
so
uncompable, right?
you could argue that these are almost as rare as like snap cards. Almost. Like they're
Yeah, yeah,
like that's incredibly low pop. I think you had them here. Pachirisu's pop 8, Krogung's pop 9, Eevee's pop 8.
yeah. So I bought the Lucario. I won a bunch of auctions from CGC or from Fanatics. I got some CGC Pristine Tens. I got Lucario, the the, I don't know the name of that Pokemon. The one that looks like Heatran, but is not Heatran. The one with the shield looking face.
Volcarona?
No.
No?
See, I'm the worst at this.
Oh
Um,
wait, oh it's the dinosaur. It's
the dinosaur looking dude.
it's the ancient one. Yeah, it's a fossil.
Shut. Sh-
Shell.
Anyway, true
Yeah.
fan
I know
here.
which one you're talking about. Yep, sorry.
I got the
Bastardon.
yes, Bastodon,
Thank you, Amir.
Starmie, and a bunch of other ones in CGC Pristine 10. I won the auctions because they were cheaper than PSA 10s and they were pop one. So, I was thinking maybe I'll complete the set, and turns out I'm gonna have
Good
to sell
luck.
everything in order to do that. Yeah, I don't think there will ever be a CGC Pristine 10 of these cards. So,
Yeah.
um,
Do you have any of the packs like are they have you seen any sealed like at all?
I
Hmm.
didn't even realize this existed. To be honest with you, I thought this
No,
was just like
me
a random
either.
promo. So,
If I saw these, I would have just thought they were bulk. That's no, I'm serious, but like knowing that, obviously, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. So that's my did you know, and also my I'm never gonna get. There we go.
Okay,
Yes, only
cool.
100 copies.
I have two did you knows for tonight's episode. This one that we're looking at right now. Oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, I cut out for a second. Oh, that's okay. That's you cutting out your mic. I just realized that. Okay, so this is a jumbo card from 2011. I thought this was really cool. I had never seen it up till like last week. And I mean, it's Mewtwo fighting Pikachu. Definitely gives me like Detective Pikachu vibes just from that scene at the end of the movie. But this was awarded to people who played in the like battle event during this time, and it was only 2 weekends in the month of November in 2011. So I think the first one ran in Osaka in like early November, and then 2 weeks later it ran in Tokyo, and it was given out to anyone that participated in that event. Um, I saw an E4 thread where someone was looking for one in 2016, and one had popped up, and someone had like told me basically like, "Hey, like, what are the odds that this one just popped up? You should buy it right now." I don't know if these are available, like readily available right now, but just based off of that, I would imagine they're probably as rare, maybe not as rare, but like that Night Battle Umbreon that I think was like 2016. I think it's from like the Heart Gold Soul Silver era.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, this is a really cool jumbo promo. I mean, any card that I think has a stamp, it has two mascots of the hobby, and then a ton of more Pokemon in the background is a W. But
And
yeah, cool card.
anytime Mewtwo's doing a Hadouken fireball,
Yeah, for real.
looks
Yeah,
so sick.
it's
Did
so
you
good.
ever get one of these in the past?
I have not. I only have the only two like jumbo cards that are like PC are currently at PSA, and they're box toppers from Legendary Collection. Um, which will sort of tie into my next did you know, just because one of them is the Legendary Collection Mewtwo as well as the Black Star promo Mewtwo. So I came across this while researching the previous did you know through someone's Instagram. I believe his name's Jason. I think he goes by like Jason from SG on Instagram. I think you follow him, by the way, Ern. But this is really cool. So on the left here is a Magic the Gathering sketch card with a signature by Christopher Rush. And this was a card, I believe, called Brainstorm. And it's an illustration of Mewtwo. And for those that don't know, Christopher Rush illustrated the Black Lotus from Magic the Gathering. And he also illustrated this Mewtwo on the right, which was a Black Star promo, and the only Christopher Rush Pokemon card that to ever exist in the Pokemon TCG. But I had never seen Mewtwo sketched on a Magic card by Christopher Rush, and I thought it was extremely unique. I think he picked this up several years ago on a PWCC auction. Um,
Do you want to know why
yeah,
you haven't seen this, Jake?
why is that?
Because it's hideous.
I knew you were gonna go say that,
It-
dude. It's so cool. It's so cool. I will. It's a goofy looking Mewtwo, but I think it's such a unique. It is. It's so funny. It is like the
Sorry.
most like robot chicken looking Mewtwo I've ever seen. But
Art
I think
haters win this one for sure.
yeah, that's so funny.
Um, yeah, I think that's
I think
that's
it's
pretty
also
sick.
really cool that the name of the card is called Brainstorm at Mewtwo
Yeah, yeah,
Psychic. And I think it fits really well in terms of like the color palette used. But yeah,
yeah. I agree.
really cool. It's a one of one, I would assume, and probably
Oh, it
locked
is.
away.
It definitely is.
And there won't be another one, that's for sure. Rest in
Yeah,
peace.
definitely. Real, real quick, thanks to Galaxy Grails for the our Galaxy, our guy for the 5 gifted, and then Captain Han Solo. Thank you, man. Appreciate the 5 gifted.
Legends.
That's gonna go to our pool of degeneracy later. Anything else on this, Jake?
No, that's it.
Okay, I increased my mic, so I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on, but
you're
it
good.
should be all right. Pokemon releases. I think this is pretty hype,
I agree. I actually really
right?
agree.
It,
Yeah,
it it definitely though feeds into the they don't know how to complete things that they started narrative because they
I
do this
can't.
all the
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
But like Lucario Mega Z is that what it's called?
Mega Lucario Z.
Mega Lucario Z.
Yep.
I think it's cool. I mean, there's no Mega Lucario X or Y, right?
Oh well, Mega Lucario X
There's Mega
is the one on the
Lucario.
left. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's no
There's
Mega
no
Lucario
Y.
Y,
Yeah. They need to fix that. Um,
or
because
not.
as of right now, the only Pokemon that have X and Y variants are Mewtwo, Charizard, and Raichu. And now we have Lucario breaking that with
Yep.
Lucario. Um, I knew as soon as I heard Pokemon Z to A come out that we were gonna get a Charizard Z. It's it's happening. Like
No, it's
I know
happening.
that's probably gonna be the first Pokemon to get the complete XYZ. Um, but that opens a can of worms, and I like that because it extends the life of megas. This probably won't be the last time we see megas back in the TCG or in the video games. They'll probably circle back to this in the next 10 to 15 years with more Ys, more Zs, more Xs. And yeah, like think about it. For every Pokemon, you can have 3 more variants.
Yes, there's probably what 300 to 400 that can be mega, and
Yeah.
then you times that by 3. Yeah, I
Yeah.
I think they probably realized with VMAX and Terastal,
Gigantamax and Trust. Yeah.
gigantic. People were probably like, "This is kind of lame." Like
Yeah.
Terastal for me, I thought that was incredibly lame. I don't know
There
what they
is
were
not
thinking.
there is not a single Pokemon that looks good with Terrestrial, if I'm being honest. I think yeah, no. Yeah, there's not a
I,
single Pokemon. Maybe Terapagos, maybe. Maybe because that one makes sense. It already has the jewels on it, so it's just like extending it.
true, true, true.
But yeah, I 100% agree. I wasn't even really a big fan of VMAX, if I'm being honest. I don't think there's a single VMAX Pokemon that looks better
Eternatus,
because
but Eternatus kind of like fills that space anyway, right?
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I guess VMAX Pikachu is also cool. It's fun. It's just like it gives me like old like WotC era fat Pikachu vibes,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I think was intentional. But aside from that, yeah, I think I. It's funny. I think when Mega like Z to A was being like talked about when people didn't really know what was happening, a lot of talk about just like Mega as a gimmick was being brought up, and I think it's like people don't like gimmicks, but if you have to choose one,
Yeah,
Mega is the best option as far as like interesting design
yeah,
choices.
I agree.
But yeah,
Um,
we'll see a Mega Charizard Z, and it's most likely going to be green. I don't think like there's been like mock-ups of it, and it's like
green.
really yeah, it's really going to be inspired by like a lot of the inspiration has been coming from Zygarde for some reason, just because Zygarde's related to XY. I
What about
don't know
silver?
the. It could. I would like that, but I think it's
That'd
going to be green. I like my gut says green flame.
Oh, green flame. Okay.
Yeah.
Paldean Fates Charizard. Paldean Fates Crystal Zard is sick. I think. So sorry, I should probably
Okay.
clarify. I'm not talking about the cards necessarily. I'm talking about like video game, anime, and then I guess the cards like the cards
Here
are like different because there's like different angles, but like in the
and different
games, it
artists.
does
Yeah.
not look as cool as as you would
Yes.
think. At least that's my opinion.
I agree. And I think what happens is a lot of people jump to conclusions because they see like the three-dimensional version of these characters in the game, but like take a step back and think about what's possible. And I always like to like reference other artists that start this like I don't know how they do it, but some of these artists on Instagram are so fast with like some of the new designs. Like Pokemon will announce Mega Lucario Y, and there's like 100, 200 artists that are able to like illustrate Lucario Y in like this really cool way. And I just can't wait to see it come to the TCG because I think Mega Dragonite's a great example of that. Like a lot of people did not like Mega Dragonite as a design, but you see that card and you're like,
The
oh,
cards look
okay.
sick. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, agreed. Anything else on this?
No, that's it. We do have another slide of just like Lucario Y in a different pose, so you can kind of see it. But yeah, I think a lot of people's like issues with it is interesting because it seems like they think that it's like feminine. I don't necessarily see that. I think I can understand why, like some of the design choices, like maybe the this like the eyes or like the fur that's like draping down to the side, but doesn't necessarily give me like masculine or feminine vibes. I don't know. That's just me though.
It can go. It can go either way.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can go
I can
either way.
see their argument, but that wasn't like the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah, I can't unsee the hair though now on the back. It looks like a. What does that look like? What does it remind me of? Anyway, looks like a cigarette butt with a little tail. Real quick, if you guys have any questions, we'll do a Q&A at the end. If it's relevant, we'll answer the question for the segment that we're in. If it not, we are going to move on, and then I'm going to star the questions at the very end. Cool. Start Deck 100, as predicted. Actually, I don't know if this is as predicted, because the previous Start Deck 100 did not have, like, the coolest exclusives. It just had exclusives.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I don't even know these are exclusives. These are just the hits in Start Deck 100. Um, so it turns out in these decks, I don't know what the pull rate's going to be, but I think in the previous Start Deck 100, it was like one in every like 20 to 25 boxes or something like that, or decks, which essentially equates to like you have to spend at least $100, $150 to get one secret hit. My math
Mm,
might be wrong on that, but um, the Tangela,
so good.
Tangela,
Tangela.
Tangela,
Like, yeah, not Tange because it's tangled.
Tangela. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah,
Huge fan of that card. I think it's great. A little bit of Erica,
agreed.
nice, very cool.
This
I got a question
Pikachu
for
though.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
Does the Tangela? Wait, what did you say, Tangela? Tangela. Oh my
Tangela,
god.
Tangela,
Tangela.
Tangela.
I'm a Gen 1 or 2.
Yeah,
Does it look like the Hamburglar to you?
it does. It's the
Okay.
eyes
Got it. Yeah.
and the black
Maybe.
strip. Yep,
Yeah. Just wanted to make
agreed.
sure. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I love it. I think I wish I paid attention to the artist on this one, but um, it looks like 80s 90s Japanese anime. Like I don't know, like the way Erica's illustrated in this, it doesn't feel like the American anime. It feels like an old like 80s 90s anime.
Like Studio Ghibli?
Yeah, something like that, I would say. Or yeah, I definitely see that. I love the colors. Tango is just a cool Pokemon. One of my favorite Art Academy cards is the Tangrowth. That's like the one Art Academy card I think I would like to have. I just really like that illustration. Should have popped it up on this, but it's like such a cool card. Knowing that someone just illustrated that on a DS just blows my mind.
Dude, I gotta pull this up. This is sick. I have not seen this
Yeah.
before.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Damn, I should have threw it in. That's like one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
I have never seen
Yeah,
that before.
yeah, it's so good.
Very cool. How much is it? Very
Yeah,
expensive?
very expensive. Yeah, I know
Nice.
someone. I know someone that owns it in like a BGS 9, if I remember correctly. Yeah, that was illustrated on a DS. Like that's impressive. But I really love the art style. Um, I think Tangrowth is cool. I also like what they're doing in that. What is that? Pocopia with like the doctor. Have you seen that? The
Yeah,
Doctor
yeah.
Tangrowth.
Pocopia? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I really hope those Pokemon come to the TCG, but they typically don't. But yeah, I think that the Tango looks really good. This Pikachu though,
It
I
looks like
think
a camera shot in a cartoon,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Um so I saw something somewhere, but I think it's really cool how Pikachu has been like illustrated in like this scene in the woods multiple times, not just through the TCG, but through Pocket as well. Like the immersive Pikachu is in the woods, and then we have the Chinese exclusive with the Gengar Chew. It's almost like they're telling, you know, Pikachu's story through this forest. Um, this is a great example of like an illustration where less is more, and I think it's fantastic. It's like so simple. It definitely gives me nostalgia for like base set. Um, just seeing it. It's obviously not Fat Pika, but just like the pose, the simplicity, the woods, um, definitely reminds me of like jungle and base set Pikachu. What about you?
I like it. Like it looks like it was taken in the cartoon from a camera, and it's like an old shot. I was gonna say there's a lot of compliment coming from a guy who doesn't like Captain Pikachu, by the way, which is a very simple card.
That is, we're not gonna get started on that. It's goofy. Anytime Pikachu's wearing anything other than the fur on his back, and I'm disappointed.
RVD Rips asks, "Are these promos going to be in Extended Heroes?" I don't think we have any. We don't know. We don't know where these if these cards are even coming to English yet or
Can we
at
make a
all.
prediction?
I predict they will come to English.
I predict Pikachu will be in ascending, and I think Erica's will be too. The only
Yeah.
reason I say that is because the SARs that came in Dream do not make up all of the SIRs that we're getting in Ascending Heroes. Like there's a few that, like I think there's like 5 or 6 missing if I remember correctly. Um, it could be a promo. Yeah, I that was also a guess, but they have been doing more, battle decks with illustration rares. We've seen that with Haunter. We've seen that with Steven's Beldum
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Marnie's Marpeco. So we could see these as more battle decks. I could see that with this Tangle. It could be one of the actually. now that I see these, I think these might be in the tech sticker packs for Ascending that are coming out on release. There's the 2-pack or 3-pack tech sticker that are coming out on release day. It's like one of the few like SKUs that
The Pikachu is,
drop.
or all of them are?
No, no, no. I think the Erica and this Slurpup or whatever it is can be like promos in those blisters, because think about Black Bolt and White Flare.
Yeah.
We got those two. I can't remember their names, but black and white Pokemon. So who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. Shall we?
Yep.
Quick sponsor plug. We interrupt this program. We're doing the sponsor plug early so we can get it out of the way. This is going to be our Sellout Central segment, where Jake and I are on a mission to buy a Pokemon versus pack. First up, we have a couple new sponsors. Java's Cards and Collectibles out of Wake Forest and North Carolina. I'm sure many of you or some of you have heard of Java. He's a good friend. He started a cards business from the ground up, and it's doing well. If you're looking for anything to buy, sell, or trade, we have his link down below. He's always buying. He's always looking for inventory for his shop. You got anything to say about Java?
I would definitely check out his YouTube. He did a great video on tag grading. He did recently a great long video on having a card store, like a brick and mortar, and what his day-to-day looked like all the way up to Black Friday, how he prepares, how he sets up the shop, how he organizes, how he prices. It's a great video. Definitely recommend. Shout out to Java.
Yeah,
Tyler's the man.
He's also doing a 10% off everything sale on the 10th, which is tomorrow. So hit him up for that. His link will be down below in the post-show upload. Another sponsor who I use regularly. If you're not familiar with Green Poop, this is the Green Shiz. Good friend of the channel. He has a consignment service where he sells sealed product. Outside of the kind of, I guess the options now are DC Sports. Z&G doesn't do it. Probstein does do it, I think. Yeah, they do it. There's not a lot of options for sealed consignments. So if you're trying to sell booster boxes, booster cases, he'll take anything. Elite Trainer boxes. Him and his wife, Megan, shout out to Megan. They run this nice little program. And here are the consignment rates if you're looking to sell. They do all the work. And so I am incredibly lazy. I like to just ship my stuff out and have someone else list for me. And I've sent them, they have like 10 or so auctions going on right now of things I've downsized on. So if you're looking to sell sealed, link is down below in the description, and check them out.
I also want to add that they sell everything TCG. If it's sealed, factory sealed, they will sell it. Loose packs, booster boxes, sealed cases, and everything in between. Also, Probstein is known for not having great customer service or much of any customer service.
Platforms.
Or bidding platforms. But something that the Green Shiz really prides themselves on at the Sealed Shiz, they really do a great job with customer service. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. They will respond. Check out their link in the description. They have a form that's really easy, how to ship stuff, and they even tell you like what boxes they recommend. So yeah, shout out to Josh, shout out to the Green Shiz. He's killing it.
Yeah, and they are the only consigners who, if I politely send a Google sheet with how I want things titled, they will actually listen and comply, which I appreciate. If you're a sponsor, hit us up. Your ad will go here. We need to give Mr. Mime a nice little break. And we are a seventh of the way to our goal.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. So we're going to use all the proceeds from the stream if you are a member or if you tip or donate. And then also if any of the money that's generated through ad revenue, we're putting it to this pool. Jake and I are going to share this versus pack. And if Eclair's Blastoids pulled, then I'm going to keep it. So main topics. What's the main topic first? Collecting and investing. This is
who would have known? Thanks.
Bravo. This is a
graphic
great
design
title
is
slide.
my passion.
Love it. So Jake sent me a text and said, "Hey, this is probably something we should talk about." So just wanted to shout out and pay kudos. Two great channels. Son of a Merc talked about this topic last week. I watched the video. Jake watched the video, and then the Weekly Weedle, which is by Shug and Oliver, um, they had talked about this. And the topic in general is collecting investing, and is investing collecting.
Yeah.
It's it shouldn't really be a heated or debated topic, but I think between the two of us, we've done a lot of both, and I think we could probably have a pretty fruitful conversation around this topic. So shout out to these guys for giving us the inspiration for this and for helping us make an agenda for this
I
stream, which we
mean,
did not have going in.
yeah, no, Shug called us out in the the weekly Weedle, so I felt obligated that we had to touch on this, and I felt so passionate about it that I actually recorded a Cards and Coffee this morning about this topic, just so that I can kind of voice my thoughts and hear them, because like I feel like it's a rabbit hole, um, and it gets kind of deep if like from a philosophical standpoint, um, and like yeah, shout out
Whoops.
to you guys. I'm excited about this one. Honestly, Ern, we can probably like keep it on this slide for a while. I don't think we have to like jump around for a
Okay.
while. And if anyone's just like listening, you don't have to like watch unless you want to see our mouths move and maybe scratch our faces here and there or take some
Yeah.
sippies from our water bottles.
Alan would really like everyone to participate in the Modern Drop on Sam's Club. I have no idea what this is or what it's for, but I'm probably not going to try because I do not.
I will miss out. I don't
Yeah.
have a Sam's Club membership.
But good luck to you, sir. Hopefully you get whatever it is, and hopefully you make a ton of money from it. So, I have some notes. Where do you want to start with this topic? I think it can go so many different ways.
Yeah. Um, I guess we can start with just our like initial thoughts from maybe Merck's video.
Yeah.
Um, one of the questions he raised was like, is the concept of collecting right now like what most people are doing, just buying the latest set, buying the latest booster box, watching investing content? Is that what collecting is? Um, and I think like short answer is yes, but also to me it feels like it's just like a moment of what a collector is, an era of collector that's new to the hobby. Like it's so funny to me how we can join this hobby at different points and have completely different experiences, but I think that like what we see through content is a lot of the same. It's investment content, dollar signs, and that's what I see a lot when it comes to a lot of the new vendors that have been popping up. That it's just like, how can I flip? How can I make the most money super quickly? And a lot of people, his intro is just going to be vendor POV, coin flips, and like the latest and greatest sets and the highest rarity chases, like gold cards, which are aging like milk, which have I feel
It's
good about
okay.
because
It's literally been 3 months. Not even 3 months. Like, it's
I will say, side topic, I think that people have
you're
already
making
caught
it the
on to
main
that.
topic, by the way.
Okay, all right, all right.
I'm just
I'm not
kidding.
going to.
No,
I'm
go
not going
go.
to.
I'm just
No,
giving
no.
you
I
shit.
just like I think that people are being more self-aware, faster. They're faster at being more self-aware than they have been in the past. As like a general collector, like like the hive mind is catching on to that quicker than they have in the past. Um, but I think what Merck is asking is like, is the idea of investing collecting now? Like, is that what collectors do? Um, and is that like the new meta as a hobbyist? And to me, it's the surface, and that's like the widest net is like the surface level collector. And in order for you to become a collector, you have to dive deeper, and I think it's either like um
And
what's
spend
the
money.
and well yeah, I mean collecting you're going to spend money regardless, right? Like I think one of the things we can definitely talk about here is just like value, and
Yeah,
like that's a
yeah,
key part of this too. um but like you either you either swim or drown, and I think that's what happens with a lot of new collectors is that they either learn to swim and they have to actually do work. That's the thing. You have to do research and figure out like what it is you like to collect. Like Mark was talking about, like, do people go any like deeper other than like the alt arts of Mega or the alt arts of Scarlet and Violet? Do they look at Sun and Moon? Do they look at X and Y? Do they look at Mid Era? Do they go
do
back
they
to
have to
WotC?
though?
They don't. I don't think so. But I think that if you're always chasing the latest and greatest, you burn out and you lose joy in the hobby doing that.
Yeah,
Because like you think about the cost, you think about just like fatigue as that, just because that's a never ending cycle, right? Like
yeah,
Pokemon
yeah,
has that. We talked about that before. It's a never ending cycle. Um, and then it's like that's the thing. It's like you have to figure out like you have to figure out what path do I take, and I think that's like that's the real like that's the real question. Like I think that people should be asking. It's not like, is it collectors or investors? Is it like why is this collision? I think it's more to
yeah.
that. I think it's deeper than that. Um, and that's just surface level thoughts on Merck's video.
I I So I think it is hands down net net. The hobby is better today than it was years ago. And a big
Yes.
part of that is because the funnel in which people are attracted to the hobby has widened. And a big part of that is there's a financial aspect of this. And like, I think generally, especially with people our age and younger, there has been this initiative and proactiveness to be more financially literate and to like not have to work a 9 to 5 and have to invest in the stock market and like not be in control of like being able to grow your money. I think generally, like Pokemon aside, that's just like something that has been in the forefront of people our age and younger, right? People want more control of their finances, their net worth, and they're looking for ways to kind of deploy money to do that. That said, like the entry point for the hobby, yeah, making money is a big part of it, and I think the challenge in that is like then we get into like, well, what's your motivation? And if anyone says it's to make money, then you're immediately casted like you're a bad guy, or like you're left side of the fence versus right side of the fence. And um, I think as we get older, right, very few people can continue to be like that kid who just collects things and doesn't worry about what it's worth or if other people like it or if like any other reason outside of they truly love it. And I think it's fair, and I think it's about time people understand that like value. There's nothing wrong with wanting to collect value, right? Or like you want something that is actually going to be worth more one day, or at least the same. But you don't want to buy anything that for sure is going to go down in value because like that has a yucky appeal because people aren't going to want it. Like this is why you don't buy PSA 10 copies of like common cards. You can get them for $25, but it doesn't matter. I mean, outside of Kabuto, in most eras, like it's not going to be worth more than that in the future. Maybe vintage, maybe some mid era, random cards here and there, but like that's just hands down objectively not a great buy if you were thinking long term in the hobby. So the only way you would qualify that purchase is if you just truly like that Pokemon. And I think the amount of people who just truly like the cards that they have and don't think about value is like 99% of people do not think like that. Like, I'm sorry, you can be a purist all you want and you hear all this content on YouTube like, oh, like you're not a true collector. I guarantee you, if I put two cards in front of you and one of them is more valuable, most people will collect the one that's more valuable. So like
Yeah.
there's a lot of subjectiveness that comes into play, and like a lot of thoughts and feelings around like, well, you're a true collector, you're not a true collector. And it's like at the end of the day, people want to be able to spend their money and enjoy it, but also not feel like they're losing money. If they can make money, that's a bonus. But as long as they're not losing value on what they buy, that's like a key part of enjoying the hobby.
Yeah, I think well, talking about money, like money is not corrupting the hobby, right? Like I think I think it's really coming down to like an identity crisis. People want to say like, "Oh, there's too many investors, not enough collectors." But I think the real issue is people don't know people don't know who they are in the hobby anymore.
A
And I
hundred
think
percent.
collectors will feel defensive. They'll be like, "Oh, do people think that I do this for money?" Or investors are going to feel like they're invasive because maybe people think that, "Oh, I'm only here to make profit." And then vendors is a key one too, is like, do people think I only care about flipping and extracting from the hobby? And everyone's feeling judged. Everyone feels like there's like no space for them. But honestly, it's just because there's no like shared definition of what it means to participate in this hobby. Like
Or to be a
at,
collector.
or to be a collector or investor, like whatever it is. That's why I started Cards and Coffee. The very first video, I think I talked about you, Ern, and I talked about why I try at least one thing. I try everything once just to see if it's in the hobby, if it's worth it, if I enjoy it, because by doing that, like it broadens my knowledge, expands like my skill set, but also makes me more savvy as a hobbyist, right? Like the hobby
Yeah.
is not split into collectors versus investors. It's split into people that want to belong and people trying to perform.
Yeah.
And like we
Yeah.
see a lot of performance culture on YouTube. And that is one of the reasons why I started making YouTube, was to kind of push against that. My videos do not get the clicks, the views, because I'm not talking about the next set to boom, the next card to boom, buy this now, buy that, invest in this. Like it's just not who I am. It's not the kind of content that I want to create. But it's like I don't have every ETB behind me in my video, right? Like I don't have every booster box behind me. It
Whoa, whoa,
doesn't,
whoa. Chill, man. I used to.
you know, do you? Well, I'm calling out like anyone that does that. Like if I did that, I'd probably get the clicks. I'd probably get more engagement because they
Yeah.
see that I have the approval of the internet, because they see that I'm about it, right? Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like I'm not just talking about it. And there's a lot of people that are just talking about it. And Dan
Yeah.
calls
I agree.
them, what does he call them?
Fence
Imposter,
sitters,
like,
fake
or fence
investors,
sitters, fake
fence
investors like
sitters.
us. We're yeah. And
Yeah.
like that's another thing, right? Like I think the title of our podcast is satirical, right? It's a play and a
So
jab at
it's a
like
meme.
it's a meme, because like
Yeah.
most investors in the hobby are actually collectors who just ended up holding valuable stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's what it is. And like
That's what I want to
everyone,
segue into, that part
yeah,
specifically.
yeah,
Real quick, Jake
yeah,
Hamilton. I should probably clarify. Most cards that are common in a PS10 will never be worth anything. What you're pointing out very specifically, yes, there are cards, like I mentioned, in vintage and older eras that over time will be worth something. But most cards that are common are not going to be worth anything in a PSA 10. Um, I think there's this one macro topic related to investing I want to talk about, which is like there's definitely like investing culture right now,
yeah.
and like I think I mentioned this in I did my car commentary with Radar, and I was telling him like I don't talk about investing on my channel in my content because I do not I like attracting those type of users. Nothing wrong
A
with those
hundred
type of
percent.
users. It's just like it's a bro, yo, 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 pump, 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 best set, next set, like buy this, get like it is so obnoxious that like and the thing that's obnoxious about it is that I know most of those people are new and will never actually be a Pokerev or like a Cool Trainer Ryan or like these guys who have invested, over the years being collectors and accidentally getting value and like being around for a long time. I know they are not those type of people. They are like this new crowd that came in, part crypto bro, part like, oh, I can make money, part flippers, part Blooming Waters hoarders, part Costco people. Like, I know that's the type of audience that is primarily in that kind of cohort. And I think that, like, I'm definitely a fence sitter because I do all of this. I think that type of audience is what people have an issue with because it's
Yeah,
so obnoxious and it's so
yeah,
like what the challenge is that like they're not wrong. You
yeah,
buy something as cheap as you get and you sit on it literally for years and you do nothing and then you sell it. But most people are not even going to be able to do that. When the market goes down, when there's a downturn, they're going to sell it. They got to take care of things, got to pay for bills. They're going to get rid of that stuff. And so it's the preaching of like the things that someone else told them to do that they aren't actually doing, and just like that general commentary around investing. I think that's what people are annoyed of, like in
yeah,
that are like on the collector side of things, right? But
yeah,
realistically, the act of investing, like I wouldn't say I'm an investor, but I have done the act of investing.
yeah,
Like yeah, back in the day, you damn right, I bought a bunch of Brilliant Stars and sat on it, and like all these other sets, and I knew exactly what I was doing. It's gonna go up over time, but I think part of that's like I also did half, if not more, collecting. I also did half, if not more, of flipping stuff, right? So it's just
yeah,
like one of the many things that you would do. And at the end of the day, I think we are all trying to make sure we grow value over time. That's like that's the long and the short of it. Whether you're a collector, you're a flipper, you're a whatnot streamer, you're a vendor, like
yeah.
again, no
And
one wants to
this,
buy anything that's going to go down in value over time, right? You're trying to buy things that you can trade up. It's going to appreciate over time, and you're going to trade into something that you want, or you trade up to something else. Like that's the hobby. Like that's the
that's
whole
not, no,
point.
it's not even just Pokemon though, right? Like they're interacting with a collectible that has investment baked into its DNA, regardless of the market ups and downs. Like it's there. And like something that I thought was really interesting in the podcast with Shug and Oliver was Oliver saying that he said something like, "I'm a Pokemon investor, but it was by accident or it's by force, right? It's almost like he's the accidental investor." And I think there's a lot of that, but at the same time, I think about it like this, and I talked about it in the video today, but um, someone who collects purely out of love, but their cards become, I guess, more valuable over time, it's not investing. They are curating objects where the value is just bound to happen at some point, right? Like you're curating, you have taste, you're curating that over time. And I think that Oliver is a great example of that because like he's so like research heavy, knows a lot about WotC era, a lot about mid era, and like he's going to find things that are undervalued, like truly undervalued, and he'll have it because he loves it and it will work out for him. And that's what like goes back to your whole idea of like collectors get paid. Um I think this isn't necessarily like a solution or like a cure to like this whole like this versus them, this point like finger pointing, but I think there's something that everyone in this hobby can do no matter like what corner you're in. And I think like for instance, it was, I want to call this comment out. Huskaroo said, "I'm only an investor of sealed product ID. I don't give a fuck about Pokemon cards."
Oh, language,
Um,
Jake.
sorry, my bad. Um, that's exactly what he said, and he's saying that, and I think that that's really shallow. I think that you have to think about respect. You have to respect the culture and the emotional value of the TCG to be able to, I don't know, not necessarily like to be a successful investor in this hobby. I think it goes more than just like following the trends of content creation. You actually have to know what you're doing and do the research. And I don't know how many people are actually doing that. Collectors should also probably embrace the financial aspects and just like, because it's not going anywhere, you can't be ignorant to it. Um,
Yeah.
and don't feel shamed by it either. Whether your collection's worth a couple dollars or thousands of dollars, like it's just a part of the hobby and it's always going to be there no matter how the market is. And one thing that I really wanted to talk about too is like vendor culture. Um, this goes into all of it too, because I think that if vendors contributed to more knowledge than just like it feeling like an extraction or like just about like making money and flipping, I think we'd build a better, honestly, a better community through that. There's a lot of new hobbyists that go to these big card shows, small card shows, that it's their first time. And a lot of the time it's very transactional. And I think of people like Ricky, I think of people like Jason Slowdown. They are both very different. For those that don't know, they were Oyama, Ricky, and Jason Slowdown. They're part of this YouTube video made by Modern MBA, which follows basically their entire like business as Pokemon vendors. Both of them completely different in terms of their goals, but both have their lane that I think add value to the hobby overall. Right? I think of like I think a good analogy for them is like Ricky is like Ricky's style and Jason's style and their vending styles are very different. I think Ricky is like extremely charismatic. You're having an experience when you're buying and selling from Ricky. Like you are going to remember him for the conversation. You're going to remember Jason in a different way. He can share and teach you something about the historical significance about this card. If you look at like we have a slide for Jason because of just like how curated he is as a vendor, he will stand out across like most vendors just because of the way he brings his table to life through the cards that he sources, the cards that he enjoys. So like those play a part overall in like the benefits of a healthy hobby. And I think that if we had more of that from like a vendor point of view, it'd be an overall like bonus to the hobby and like this whole issue overall. Because I think what it comes
Yeah.
down to is just not enough knowledge and effort being put into this to understand what's happening here. I think from like a philosophical standpoint, because it's more than just like us versus them.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
it's a hobby that people want to be a part of, no matter whether it's like just hey, I just buy sealed product because I enjoy sealed product and I like I'm hoping to like add value to my financial like the finances of it, but also like to grow my collection. I invest in sealed product. Like I actually buy a lot of sealed product because I plan to either sell it down the road 5 years. I have booster boxes that I bought 5 years ago. I have ETBs that I bought 5 years ago that I plan to move it into other things that I want to achieve in this hobby as a collector. And that's
Which,
there's like no shame in that, right?
yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. You can be a collector that invests in sealed. You can be an investor that collects. Like it doesn't. There's no like us versus them in this scenario.
Yeah, I think the unfortunate thing is there has to be an us versus them for a lot of people in order for them to feel a certain way. Um, I think the other thing with like investing culture is like there's so much content that's produced every day on like this is a good buy, this is a bad buy, this is a good buy, you should buy now, you should not buy now, and it's like I'd rather just buy it and forget it, like take me to the next year, like spend the money and get out. And this is where I'm going back to saying like the audience that's like cultivated around this, like they truly believe in everything that they say, even though they haven't done it. And um, the people who have invested like successfully, dude, I don't even know a channel I can mention
You
that
can't.
like it's like they don't exist, or like the
No.
people who it's like a fairy tale. It's like, oh yeah, and that's why this person invested in 10 cases of team up, which you don't see.
Yeah. No.
It's
And
like
that's another thing. I think Oliver was talking about. He's talking about King Gary. and about like how he's had the foresight, like, hey, these kids are gonna grow up and they're gonna love this stuff. That's why he hoarded base set. That's why he hoarded Shadowless First Ed Charizards. Like he knew it before anyone else. And guess what? He put in the work. He was the one pushing Ken Golden to sell Pokemon. Like he was like some of the first people to sell on eBay graded Pokemon cards. Like you you have to put in the work. You can't just be someone that you can't be a Timmy. Like you can't be a Timmy in this hobby. Timmy's either evolve into Tommies or they, have to be sent to the Pokemon Center because they've
So
died.
I you know what I don't get is okay. Let's just pretend we are role playing as an investor. These investors, right? Why aren't you buying Sword and Shield? Why are people not buying Sword? If you are why are you buying Sword and Shield? This is literally what happened 5 years ago when Sun and Moon was like $200 to $300 to $400 a box. Why are we even talking about Scarlet and Violet? I don't
Yeah, I
understand. Like, I don't
because
understand.
because people aren't doing the
Sheep herding
research.
sheep.
Ern.
Well, it's
Yeah,
sheep
no,
herding
that's
sheep. It's like,
yes.
what are we talking about? Go buy Sword and Shield while it's still cheap. If you literally want to, you know, history to repeat
There's
itself.
there's plays with Destin rivals right now that people aren't even paying attention to. Like there are
That
there
that's
are
when that's a coin flip though.
no
I can understand
no,
why
but
people would not.
yeah, there is a thing.
Oh, you mean that instead of the
There's
rest of Scarlet and Violet?
not just no, not just the rest of Scarlet and Violet, but like they're like people are so hyper focused on ultra modern booster boxes as like
Yeah.
I understand why, but there are other opportunities that have a lot more value currently in this market if you're looking to play and spend.
The long game.
Um, yeah, and obviously the long game's always going to be there, um, but like yeah, I don't know. It's a heated topic. I already got heated up thinking about like all this is it's a lot. I don't know. It's really
Yeah.
frustrating because I think that like YouTube is like I think about it now and that this is like the main thing is like content has rewired the collective like psychology, right? People underestimate this whole aspect, I think. Like the hobby is no longer shaped by cards and art and like the meaning behind it. It's shaped by the information flow. Like it's shaped by how like right now if you look at almost nearly every Pokemon, like if you search Pokemon, most of the titles are going to be about value. The framing of the video is going to be about price, and then the magnet that keeps people back is the potential profit, not the actual profit,
Yeah.
but the potential profit. And it's like this whole like prediction mindset that like you're going to get rich, you're going to be this, but it's like people are so I don't know. Ugh, it's
I
gross.
what's what's funny is like the guy who said earlier like why would you buy singles or graded cards? You would have made a killing if you knew how to spot singles before this boom. Like,
I'm making a killing with singles. Like
yeah, you
I'm
can kill it now.
yeah,
It
well,
takes
I mean,
work.
it
It's not
takes
as
work.
easy, but
No,
like I remember when the gold stars were right there for like PSA 10, Japanese, 2K,
I
the
know.
3K, 4K, 5K, and it's like I'd rather just buy like something closer to modern because that's what people are paying attention to, and it's they exploded, and there's so much of that opportunity now that people aren't talking about, which makes me excited, but also like makes me want to hit my head against the wall when I see all this content. It's like you can invest in all
Yeah,
these different things. Here's what I'm buying for my investments. It's like this guy has a few $1,000s talking to 10,000 people and getting them to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars. Let's put that into
I
perspective. A guy
I
spending like
literally
a
know
thousand
people.
dollars, influencing hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's like where we're at with like investment content.
I think it's really funny. So I know. Okay, I'm gonna bring up Team Rocket Joey as a content creator. Team Rocket Joey is literally trolling the investment content like hobby in terms of like YouTube. Like, and it's entertaining as hell. Like seeing someone that understands what is happening from like a click, like understanding when all the content you see is about the same thing. Joey's poking fun at that. It's satire. And like, it's so funny. He pokes the bear at everyone that sees this as like a get rich quick scheme. Um, and I think that if more people just started to put in their own work and actually research and learn about how to actually make money in this hobby, they would look at channels like Dan. Like Dan should be like Dan should be bigger than PokeRev at this point if we're talking about people winning in this hobby, right? But he's
I
not.
mean, he definitely makes more money a year than Pokérip does selling stuff.
Yes, but I'm talking from like a content creator
Oh, content.
standpoint.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
does, right? You know what I mean? Like
Let's keep Dan less popular because we need him to be a hidden gem. Let's keep him
Dan's a
that way.
legend. And like his whole idea of Timmy and Tommy, like I've actually took personally as I've gone through this hobby. It's like how can I actually make money? Not about like potential gains. And I think that if you actually do the work, there's actual real gains to be made. And like a lot of the grading plays and singles can outperform a lot of the stuff that you buy sealed today. And there's an argument for both sides. I 100% agree. Um, and you're not going to always pick winners from an investment standpoint. But I wanted to add one more thing to this whole like content space that Shug and Oliver also talked about, and that was apps like Collector, right? Um, I think about their UI, and it's not a coincidence. You go to Collector, you go to Shiny App, you go to Pack Magic, you go to TCG Player, and it's charts. Like the idea of collecting is all about value. When we see apps that are called Collector that are just showing the value of your collection, and to me, that's like a statement that says what matters most about your collection is the monetary value. It's not about look at what you cherish. It's about look how much you're worth. And that's the problem. If you if if you change if you how do I say this? It changes the hobby and like the hobby's identity because once you measure once you measure something, you change its whole meaning, and it's like everyone's trying to extract value out of this meaning. And like if all we see is charts, that's what people are going to see. Like they just think like it's all about the value, and I think that's what's broken. And we need to figure out a way to make the meaning the focus and let value orbit around it but not be the center focus. But I don't know if that's happening
I don't.
anytime soon.
I don't know if you can do that. And this is, I don't think you can. It's unrealistic to believe it's ever going to happen, because the value part is why. Like again, when we started this conversation, the hobby is better today than it was years ago, and it's going to continue to grow, and money has to be. I'm not saying it has to be at the forefront for everyone, but it definitely has to be part of the equation. Because if this is just all like loving characters, which we do and a lot of people do, like then it's for kids and only
Yeah.
kids. You know what I mean? Like kids don't care about the value. I mean, most don't. And I think that's I've
I
come
think
to
it's okay.
accept
I
that
think it's okay. It's
that's
like a
just how it's going to
self-awareness.
be. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
part of that is like you're going to get a cohort of people who are just like money hungry all the time. And all they want to do is figure out how to make money. All they want to do is flip. All they want to do, and like they don't know anything about the IP. They don't even know how to spell say Tangela. Is it Tangela or Tangela?
Tangela. Jeez, Ern. Said it like 100 times earlier.
Whatever.
Damn.
Hamburglar in a bush. But it's like I kind of just accepted you can't you can fight it, you can have an opinion
No,
on it,
and
but it's never gonna
that's
change, right?
no, and that's not what I'm saying. I think it's not about like the future of Pokemon collecting is not about removing the investment side, and it's not about pretending value doesn't matter. I think it's finding an equilibrium that makes sense, that value and meaning can have a balance. That's all I think it comes down to, because right now it's very value focused. And I think
Yeah.
that's where a lot of people are getting the ick and are depressed because they can't get products. They're not able to have meaningful conversations with other people because it's all about value. Something that comes to mind right now, just saying that, is Pokeka Talks podcast. I think that's J Love and what's his name? He runs Poke Guardian.
Oh,
Um,
Lugia, Primal Lugia.
yeah, well, they have a podcast and they were talking about how they're just they were in like a dark, like it just feels like they're not enjoying the hobby because of like a lot of the things that we're talking about. And I've been in that mindset. I've talked to Retro about that personally, like about a year ago, just like having that like negative mindset and also looking in the wrong places to like find the joy in the hobby.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of it comes down to actually looking at yourself and not pointing blame. Because something that bothered me that they said was that they were trying to have conversations like
On Twitter.
meaningful on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a
Yes. Oh
war
my God.
zone.
What
I
a
do not
dude.
use Twitter anymore.
Oh my God. No, you're looking in the wrong place. You're going there to have a toxic conversation. You're going to have like, it is the most toxic place. Like in terms of social media, I think
It
that
yeah.
is by far like the worst. Like
Every
hands
conversation is
down.
it's an open door policy because you can
Yeah.
see every tweet and respond to everyone and
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's yeah.
so to me, I see that as they're looking in the wrong place to find that joy, right? Like I found joy. The reason why Cards and Coffee started, it was because I was doing that in real life. Like I'm going out with friends, meeting up with our cards, our binders, our slabs, Pokemon memorabilia, and having conversations together in a live space. Now I understand that not everyone can do that. It can be hard to like, especially if you're married, you have kids, or you live in a deserted island. I don't know. You can't do that in person, but you can find ways to build that healthy community that's not only just like happy go lucky, but motivating, pushing you in the right direction. Like I think that's a good example of that is just our podcast. We keep each other accountable. Accountability in this hobby is huge. Like it it does a lot for someone. And I think that that's why we have 97 people watching right here, because they're looking for a place to share their thoughts, their feelings, not feel judged, and poke fun at me for, or poke fun at you for calling it damn Tangela 10 times in a row. Tangela, what was it? See, now you're messing me up. I'm hot, guys. I'm
You're a
hot.
fake collector, man.
Yeah, but like
Um,
I think I understood. I understood. Back to what like Julian and gosh, I wish I remember his name, but Poke Guardian were saying, like
Primal Lugia.
Lugia, be the change you want to see. And I think like as simple as a simple way of putting it, but like you can cry about it, but you are always just you're gonna be crying in a room with a bunch of other criers at the end of the day if you don't try to like change your mindset and look at like how you can fix this yourself,
Yeah,
not how
you got
others
to
can fix this. Pokemon company ain't fixing your hobby. They are gonna do what they're gonna do, no matter what. And then like
yeah.
right now is a great example of that.
You got to protect your peace. Like
Yeah.
I've slowed down over the last 2 weeks. I mean, it sounds so dramatic because it's only been 2 weeks. Because I just like I just want to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's fine. I'm making less money. I'm not selling as much, but
Yeah.
I feel good.
Yeah.
It's totally fine to do that. I also think
Agreed.
like social media and YouTube. It's like if you like to complain, here are other people who like to complain with you. Have at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds depressing. Like when it's all of, like I've been in that mindset, so I'm not judging, but like you are going to breed that whole vibe, that whole feeling around you with others if that's all you do.
Yep. Yep. I agree. You wanted to talk about collector and shiny and the
No,
apps.
I basically all I was talking about earlier is that like we're seeing charts, they're all doing the same thing. Value is the focus. And I think it's really weird that they're called collector. Um because all they show you is whether you have a green chart or a red chart.
But you can
And
hide your portfolio value, right?
no, yeah, I'm saying that. I'm not saying that personally. They're telling you like, hey, look at what you're worth, not look at what you cherish or like the meaning behind those cards. Like their whole angle is not what they're trying. Like go to anyone that's like watching on a browser, go to getcollector.com right now, and I think the first thing, what did they show you? I thought it was hilarious. We're never going to get sponsored by Collector, by the way. Step up your
I'm never gonna
game,
get
unlock,
sponsored because I have a bad time sticking to these things and using them.
but like
Step your game, unlock a new way
step
of
your
collecting.
unlock a new way of collecting, a new way of collecting. And what they're showing looks like I'm looking at Robin Hood.
I mean, this guy has a $12,000 vintage collection. Not too bad.
Not-
Look, up. What is that? Up. What is that? 15% in the last 30 days. This guy's killing.
yeah, I don't
We gotta
know.
buy
Like,
these. Base two. I mean, there's some alpha
yeah,
for you.
but that's the whole angle. Like nothing about this screams collecting to me. Shibuya said blowing up the collector sponsorship is going to prevent that VS pack from being open tomorrow.
Yeah,
I know
we're
people. I know people getting. I know personally people getting paid by collector, and I mean paid. So I'm sorry for ruining it for both of us, Aaron. Also, I apologize for the f bomb earlier, but I
yeah,
wasn't even paying
I'm
attention to
ruined.
that. I was I
We're
was
we're
I
done
was
for.
live. We're
Um,
doing it live.
I don't know, man. I think my my whole shtick with being a collector is like that is how you find value. Like if for any other reason, if you don't like forget collecting, you're like you don't like the idea of like completing sets or whatever. If you collect, you learn about the hobby, and that's where you find value. That's where you figure out what to
Yep.
buy. I mean, that's essentially. I've talked about this multiple times in random videos. I literally would go on Bulbapedia either in the morning and have a coffee, or sometimes in the past at night and when I had a couple drinks. Dude, I would just plow through every single entry. Japanese, English, like what is this card worth? How did you get it? Look at the PSA pop. Look at the can I go buy this card raw in Japan? And like that's how I made a lot of that's how I made a lot of money, honestly. Is like
Yeah.
identifying things that people weren't recognizing and realizing that I think this is a realization that I had. And I learned this from S.M. Pratt back in the day. Nobody is an expert in anything in the hobby because it's impossible to keep track of everything. You can be a wannabe expert in like, oh yeah, I follow like we follow verses. I have no idea what the price of verses is today versus 3 months ago. The last time I
Oh,
looked was
for
3 months
sure.
ago. So like, if you collect, like you start to pick up all these different things, start paying attention to, like hidden gems and things that people generally aren't talking about, and that's like where a lot of the money's made. I'm not gonna say like what I've been buying and like what you should buy, but like it's not ultra modern. I'm not touching Mega Dream with the 10-foot stick, although I wanted to. Like
I
it's
know. I almost tempted you. I forgot what I sent you, but you're like, not gonna do it. Not gonna do
not
it.
gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I'm not spending $100. Although you know what I ripped today? I ripped the V Star Universe and I ripped the VMAX Climax out of pure joy and degeneracy.
What'd
I
you pull from the V Star?
I got the Zerora VMAX
Okay, with
and I
the
got
Pachirisu
with the Pachirisu and I got Ice Rider,
Ice
Calyrex.
Rider.
Yeah,
Nice.
this guy. So definitely not worth. I don't give good advice. But Dude, I think like if you just approach these things as you're generally intrigued and you want to learn, the hobby is way too big to be optimized for any one person to make money out of all of it. There's always things going on eBay. I was gonna send this to Shug. I was gonna send this to you. I don't know why I thought about you, but there was a PSA 9 Japanese Shining Charizard, I think, and some seller had listed it for like way under comps, and it got snatched up. Yeah, just stuff like that happens if you're paying
Yep.
attention, and you know that's what you want to go after, and like if you're always chasing the latest and greatest, like you would never think of those things. You only want to buy what's in front of you, what people are talking about, and truthfully, it's the worst way to make money. I mean, outside of selling commons, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And
if everyone's doing it, it's not going to be fruitful. It's not going to be worth it.
and what's really funny to me and ironic about a lot of like the idea of like investing to make money in this hobby's content, it's about buying. It's rarely ever about selling.
Yeah,
Like nearly never. And that's the whole idea of investing is to buy, sell, flip and roll it back in. And a lot of the content that we see on YouTube is not about 90% of what you're supposed to do.
yeah, yeah.
Um, it's about holding it forever, waiting for the lowest price that never happens, and that's pretty much it. And I think that's like investing is not the problem. It's just like a collapse in the narrative, I think, where like the hobby is becoming about charts, trend lines, arbitrage, or like auctions, newest highest auctions, right? And it loses like this is where it gets kind of snappy, but it loses like the story, the curation, the personal identity, or like the aesthetic appreciation, or like the wonder of the hobby. Um, I don't know, and I think that's
I,
just the unfortunate reality. But like, there's a way to change your mindset, and I feel like I've figured it out personally what works for me this past year in order to make that like the hobby that I want to be in.
yeah. I, so I will say, the duality of investing versus collecting. I think this is an important topic to talk about. A lot of successful collectors, they don't want people to know what to invest in or what they are investing in, because there is this notion of like controlling the market, having something that is price sensitive, is very very hard to find. And so I just want to make sure I've raised that. Like it's not like these true collector angles are like super pure. Like there's a lot of shady, you already swore, shady shit that happens with people who are collecting like the older cards, private comps, private deals, misquoting prices. Like that stuff happens all the time, and those people are not the stereotypical like modern investor, right? It's these people who've been around for a long time who are trying to control population, trying to control what's in the market, trying to craft a certain narrative about prices of cards. Like that happens. It is something that happens. I'll just leave it at that.
Yep, agreed.
All right. So, you got anything else to add on this topic?
Um,
Should we call out anyone? Kidding.
um,
God, I don't. I don't know
there
anything
there
about the
was
guy, but yeah.
I okay. I might be wrong here. I might be
Go,
wrong
Jake.
here,
Go.
but doesn't like a large donation to a charity like St. Jude potentially give you like a large tax benefit?
Um, I mean, but it's money that is sold, right, or raised, right? He didn't
Technically, he
donate.
was
He raised an auction. He made an auction.
was it okay? Was it on PWCC? Where was it? Like,
It was
how
on.
does
I
that
think it's on
work?
eBay. But I mean, net, it's publicity. So like,
Yeah,
I,
I just think that whole situation is literally like garbage content. Like, I truly Like to me, it reminds me of like Booger Mew or something like that, where I'm just like, I'm so checked out of it that it's like goofball to the max. But that's just me.
I haven't been following it. Are we talking about this, by the way? Is there a topic on this?
Oh no, no, we're not talking about.
Okay.
No, I did not
Well,
add it
anyway,
intentionally.
I
But we're
hadn't followed it too closely, but like guys and girls, nobody cares about a card that much. It's about owning the market and cornering the market.
yeah,
Let's just be honest.
yeah.
Like
There's definitely different intentions there.
and and um I'm sure a part of the formula is, well, one day if I own X amount of copies, then the market price has to go up. Therefore, I'm influencing the price of this card. And it is what it is. Like it's not. It's just how the hobby works. And I think I would hope people recognize that and not. You know, I think I saw in a couple of the Discords I'm in, like people are looking for their Kabutos and like listing them ASAP and selling them. You should take advantage of these things, but like whether or not you want to believe in the cause, it kind of comes down to like, do you care about that or not? I don't know. It just, I don't know. I'm not surprised in the slightest that this is what's going on in the hobby.
Yeah, yeah. It's just more noise.
Yeah.
I wanted to add
Also,
one
oh,
more
go ahead.
thing just to the overall topic that was brought up by Suge that was talking about J Love's podcast, but they had mentioned why aren't investors going and just buying silver, gold, and gems? And I think that's
Oh,
just
right,
like
right,
a
right. I want
to
to talk about
me,
that too. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think that's just like a real weird like take, if I'm being honest. Like there's something about Pokemon that breeds community that people want to be a part of. So it's a it's a physic like silver, gold, and gems do not have a hobby culture like Pokemon does, right? Like it does not have a community like we do. And if they do, it's probably aged by like 30 years our senior. Like I'll be honest, like that doesn't seem like an enjoyable like investment uh approach, or like I don't know, to me it doesn't translate in the way you would think.
Well,
Like Pokemon cards are like they're emotionally charged, they're nostalgic. Silver, gold, and gems aren't any of that.
yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I was just gonna say, like, why would you waste your time on trying to debunk someone else's justification for why they want to do things?
Yeah,
Like, what's the point of having that debate? And like, what are you going to prove? You're not going to prove anything. If someone wants to invest in a Pokemon because they think it's a good investment and they like the IP, it doesn't matter if gold and silver is a better investment. Like that's why they chose that. And I think like this goes into people generally spend so much time on like trying to get other people to change their motivations and what they believe, and it's like it is such a waste of time. Like it is such a waste of time to the point where like you're just gonna drive yourself mad trying to get people to believe the same thing you do.
yeah,
So, um,
yeah. It's like it to me. It screams like I don't know. Like the vibe that I got from it is like, "You get out of my hobby," and like it's
yeah, it's
just
very gatekeepy.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
which I'm not a
nothing,
fan of.
nothing. Yeah, and not a fan of. But like, and nothing against Julian and Pokeguardian. I think they both have their place in this hobby. They've been here for a long time. They're both knowledgeable. They both appreciate the art, and I think in some level they are probably Pokemon investors too. And I think that's fine.
Man, we've been calling people out left and right. I did not think we would get into this today. Okay.
I, I think
Um,
it just comes with the territory of like investment collector conversations. I think like we can't like we can't talk about this without referencing something or someone. Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. All right. My rule of thumb is don't yuck someone's yum. I love that. That is awesome.
Yeah.
But my counter rule of thumb is make sure you make sure you like what you yum. Make sure you
Yeah.
mean. Make sure you
Make sure you Tangela your Tangela.
make sure you know what you're yumming, and don't be a fake. I think my thing is tell me what you really believe. Like if you really
Yeah.
like it, that's fine. And that going back full circle, like these modern investors, you don't know what you're talking about because you've never done it. Therefore,
Yeah.
I'm gonna yuck your yum.
I think what it comes down to, honestly, is two things. Investing without narrative becomes hollow, and I think collecting without awareness is just it just becomes you become naive. Like that's what it
Yeah,
comes down to.
yeah,
Like
agreed. All right, collecting and investing. You pulled this.
yeah, this was something Oliver talked about that I thought was interesting, but like I think everyone that reads this can hear that little jingle in their heads, and it's kind of like reshaped the way we see sealed product. Um should I open this or should I keep it sealed is like it's
You should
kind
grade
of
it.
yeah.
Got him.
But
We're the Sigma audience, man.
yeah.
The in betweeners.
Yeah, no, and Shug was just like I think he had mentioned something like it's just like wait, why would I keep it sealed? Like I want to open this to enjoy it. Like um and there's a portion of me, the child in me, the nostalgia in me that says yes. But there's also the adult collector investor that's like I also understand and appreciate this product and its original packaging, design, and just like product design overall in its like original form the same way as I did as a kid opening the packs. Like I don't know. It's it's a weird thing that I think a lot of collectors hesitate, especially now because sealed product, even modern, is so expensive. It's like
Yeah,
why
yeah.
why do I want to open this just to get wrecked and lose out on value, not about what's inside, um, which is another problem.
Which is okay, right? Like that's like a totally fair
Yeah.
approach
Oh,
to like
agreed.
wanting to hold something and then sell it or trade it for something else. Um,
Yep.
I have this Japanese fire red leaf green booster pack in my closet right now. I've had it for like a year and a half, and I can't get myself to open it because the top card in that set, I forgot. Like in a 10, it's like 200. It's like $150.
And that's fine. Like I'm the same way. I wouldn't open that. I would like anything vintage at this point. I kind of when someone opens it. Like it's exciting to see. Like I recently saw
I want to open it right now.
you're a savage. You're a savage.
I
No,
gotta link
what
the card list real quick. Keep going.
oh, why am I blanking on the two brothers that run the stream out of LA out of Burbank?
Clover cards.
Yeah, Clover. Um, they open a lot of vintage, and it's exciting to watch. It's entertaining. I get the dopamine hit, but like I would not personally do that. But at the same time, it's like it's it's deleting another pack and adding value to the ones that are still here. Um, and that's just the hobby we exist in.
Wait, I misspoke. It's not fire leaf green. It's the ADV pack. Ruby and Sapphire. What's the Ruby and Sapphire set from that era
In
with the Blaziken
Japanese,
on
Sandstorm?
it?
No,
No. Yeah, it's in Japanese. It has a Blaziken on it and then Subtile.
is it base?
Ibex will know. The pack art has a man. Anyway, I have it in my closet, and I it's like 100. I bought it for like $150, I think, or $100 in Japan. And I stare at it every day. Not every day. I stare at it. I'm just like, I should probably just sell this or trade it. but a part of me really wants to open it. But the top card is not worth it at all. What do I do?
I mean, I have Sword and Shield booster boxes, and I am not interested in opening any of that at all because I know how hard they are to pull. But I mean, I have top chases, so like that deletes that idea out of my head. The value is just, and that's the thing. Like the value is better off keeping it sealed. I think like there's a point where it's just most collectors will feel that way with as time goes on. Like unless they got it for the pennies and they're not worried about selling it down the road and it's just for the memories, rip away. Otherwise, it's just not worth opening.
Yep. Yep. I agree. All right. I pulled the set list for you. Ready for this? Actually,
Yeah.
I'll just pull it up on stream. You tell me if this is worth ripping, okay? Share screen. All right. You have Sceptile EX, or not Sceptile EX, Sceptile, the Hollow.
Okay.
Beautiful.
That's a low pop card.
This is Japanese, by the way, not English.
Okay.
Dustox.
Heck
Okay.
yeah.
Blaziken, Hollow.
Okay.
Camerupt.
Nice. Little Ken Sugimori.
Swampert.
Okay.
Okay.
Arita.
Okay. Wailord.
Okay.
That wouldn't be the worst pull. Electabuzz EX.
I like Electabuzz, but no, thank you.
Mewtwo EX.
I mean that one's cool. That's
Not bad, right?
that's a promo, right? In
Actually,
English?
you know what? I did a lot of this comp before the boom, so I actually don't know.
if it's worth it now.
Chansey EX.
All right, Ern's got homework to find out if the value is worth
Dude,
opening,
I'll
and he'll
open it.
open it on the last part of the year.
I'll open it tonight if you really push me. Hi, Mariana, and then Aggron.
Hey,
I
shout
mean,
out to
okay,
Aggron.
it's not the worst set. I lied. It's not the worst set.
Tom is like, open it now.
All right, you keep talking. I want to see if I can find it real quick.
All right. What are the comments saying right now? Is it just okay? All this talk, Mewtwo went up so much. Yeah, I know that there's someone that like focus. Or I think it's what's his name, something Chansey on Instagram, but he did like a he asked everyone to send him like the best swirl cards that they have in their collection to like create like a list of like the best swirl placements, and that Mewtwo was an example of it because like right in the center of his hand there was a really awesome swirl.
Y'all thought I was kidding.
That looks like Ruby and Sapphire base just because it's got the starters on it, but I don't know anything about vintage Japanese or mid-era Japanese.
It's called expansion pack. The Japanese EX Ruby Sapphire. Found it.
Looks like a light
Something-
pack to me.
I think there's a holo in every pack.
Oh, then that just shows my knowledge on that set.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's getting ripped. Don't talk about it. Get about it.
Oh, I gotta show this pack on stream. Look at this art.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. All Ken Sugimori illustrations too, looks like.
Yeah. All right, we're doing live auction, guys, starting at 1 cent.
Shill.
Shill. All right, let's keep going. Maybe at the end if I'm feeling. All right. Thank you. Slow down.
Thank you, Slowdown, for my incredible Blastoise here. I'm a big fan of this. But the reason I put the slide up was what I was talking about earlier. Jason and Ricky are part of this NBA modern NBA video. Highly recommend it. I'm sure if you typed in modern NBA on YouTube, it'll be one of the more recent videos, or just type that in with Pokemon. But I put up his vendor table, just like some of the cards that he keeps in his table that are very curated, Japanese driven promos, lots of Korokoro Muse, Korokoro promos overall, card ass. And it's just cool to see because if you stopped at his table, you'll have 100 questions and he'll have 100 answers just based off of the knowledge he has in the hobby. And I think that's super important.
Does he
From as
source or work with Hamilton?
I don't know who Hamilton is. Is that South Florida?
I don't know his username.
I don't
Asian
know,
with the
but no,
glasses.
Jason's in Japan right now, sourcing as we speak. And what did he just texted me not too long ago? Uh, he said, "I'm gonna watch it back, running around Nagoya now for cards." Like he's literally out there in the field, putting in work.
Dude.
He's a
Maybe
grinder, dude.
maybe one
He
day
he just
I
vended.
can do that full time.
Yeah, he's a savage.
One
Respect
day.
it.
Oh my gosh, we have this topic still.
Here we go. Yeah.
Where do we
Okay. Um. So there's like this big PSA situation happening. At least, I mean, I guess it's big for reason. It's big for many reasons, but so this guy Preston, PZP TCG, he does some grading like I do, where he will grade cards for friends or people that he kind of does like middleman service, I believe. And he graded about 30 of these tag team Zekrom Pikachu's for someone, and he vouched them. He said that he thinks that like roughly 10 to 12 of them should have a shot out of 10. And I guess all of them came back nines or lower. And then he had sold back a few after they had gone through QA, they grading reveal. He accepted offers on a few of them on PSA nines. And when he checked back later, he noticed that the offers were still accepted for the PSA 9 price, but they were PSA 10 scans. Now, basically,
Wait, sorry, question.
Yeah,
Was the card graded in a 10 and they got a 9 offer, or was the card graded in a 9 and you got a 9 offer?
the card was graded in a 9. He accepted the 9 offers. He checked back and noticed that they had been changed to PSA 10s after the offers were accepted, from my understanding. I probably have like a different take on this than like the overall consensus that people are getting from this, that PSA is a scam. They knew that this was coming. They knew that this was happening. And as big as PSA is, they're also extremely impacted by the demand that they are getting. Now, I don't think this is a great look. I think this is handled poorly by some employees. It's definitely not like what people wanted to see, but it's like it's giving people the ammo they need to come for PSA. Because like I see a lot of content around this. I'm not making a video on this personally because I think it's getting like blown out of proportion. These card these grading companies make mistakes. This was a mistake. This isn't the first time. I've personally, before offers was a feature on PSA, I've personally experienced grades changing. And it's a part of they had honestly, I think it came down to an error on their side and them passing it through QA before they had updated the final grade. And I think that's what happened here. I graded first edition base set cards for someone. It was 2 first ed Charizards, Blastoise, Venusaur, Alakazam, Gyarados, I think Chansey, maybe one other. And I was able to see the grades before they were received on their front page. So like they had already uploaded scans of the possible grade that I was going to receive before it went through final QA. and my original grade was a PSA 7 first ed Zard, and ended up getting, after it had finally been like gone through and accepted, like after QA, a PSA 6.5 on one of the Zards. So they changed the grade basically after, but I was still able to see it. Now this one's a little different because this had gone through the every step, and it was a PSA 9. They accepted the PSA 9, and then it was changed to a 10 after, but was still given the PSA 9 offer price. I think that's an error and just like mishandling, whether it's someone on the QA side,
Yeah.
that's the logistical aspects. This probably isn't the first time this happened, but the only reason why it's getting as much noise in the hobby is because it's someone with a social media presence to some degree on Twitter. They documented every step of it. Um, and I believe, yeah, I have a screenshot here on the slide of Nat Turner not talking directly about this situation, but this idea and issue in the past. So it's like it's not new. I don't think that I don't think that it was they were supposed to end up getting those PSA 9 final grades. They were supposed to get PSA 10s on those, but
Yeah.
they jumped a step, and it caused all this ruckus.
Yeah.
Now,
I
how am I handling this, Ern? I'm building out another PSA submission as we speak.
Oh, you're on
Either
Nat's
play
payroll, huh?
I guess so. I might
Gonna
as
get
well be. I
discounted
am. I'm
discounted
probably
grading
getting.
fees.
I will be. Cam, hit me up for those discounted fees. I would greatly appreciate that. No, but in all seriousness, it's either. I understand the concern, but I think that a lot of people are coming in with torches
Yeah.
because they can. They have like enough reason to do it, and that honestly, that's fair, but it doesn't change how I play this game.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, PSA does millions of cards a month. Most people have not graded 10 cards in their life. The sheer volume that they do every single month, like, almost necessitates like issues across various different processes. I think that's what happened here as well, and that doesn't mean it's right. I mean, I do think PSA is in this weird position where there are a lot of like potential conflict of interest that cannot be proven to the public if like what's actually happening. You know, for example, who's actually sending the offers for PSA offers, and where do those cards go? Are those cards going into partnership with GameStop, which is like they're facilitating GameStop to basically control the market and graded cards, but you know they're positioning themselves also in a way where like, well, we're not doing it, our partners are, and it's like, but why are your partners a closed list of people that are corporations? You know, it's just like, so it's this very stereotypical companies that like want to put themselves in a position where like, well, we're not doing it, someone else is, but like they're facilitating all this behavior to happen. And you know, going back to this example, um, again, I don't think it was on purpose. I think it was probably on accident. They do millions of cards a month. I just feel like
Sorry, I'm
they,
reading Tyler's comment. Been seeing so many shops that are boycotting now. Can't wait for them to stop subbing so my subs are done faster.
yeah. So I highlight all
Sorry.
these issues. Yeah, it's hilarious. It doesn't change what I'm gonna do. Like ethics and morality, unless someone's getting, I was gonna say murdered. Unless something goes against my moral values, like these companies got to make money. They got to make, you know, and I would be lying if I said I have not benefited from a lot of PSA's mess ups and a lot of PSA's new features, and like the Zard I sold from Inferno X, I got 28.50 for that Zard. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that was half a fluke, but I will take that money because their system
Yeah.
offered it to me, and like now it's a $700 card. So I don't know. I think
I
like in this day and age, people want something to be upset about, and like honestly, The people who
I,
are making a ton of money, who grade a lot, none of this affects them. They don't care. It doesn't matter. Like, and I think
they're not even
to,
participating. They're not even
right. Well,
participating.
this guy though obviously participates, so I'm just gonna say like to
Yeah, yeah,
each
yeah,
their
yeah.
own. You decide based on what irks you or what you're motivated by. But like, I'm mad for this guy for sure, but not that mad to stop subbing with PSA. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have another choice anyway, and so um, yeah, I think the moral of the story is like you just gotta look after yourself. If this is what gets you out of bed in the morning and you want to like boycott PSA and not grade with them, so be it. As Tyler said, loosen up the queue for the rest of us. I'm just joking, but yeah, it is what it is. And the other thing, Jake, that I think you mentioned before the stream, I don't think they are spending valuable company resources trying to figure out how to scam a user out of 3 cards. Like, I'm
Yeah, and
sorry, that's not happening.
yeah, and someone can make the argument that, oh, it's not just them. They're doing it to like eight. They could be doing it to half
They're
their people
stealing
that are
tens of
submitting,
dollars
right?
from people.
Yeah, like on every submission, there's 5 cards that are PSA nines that should have been tens, and they're profiting and buying them back. There is no way in hell a company at that scale that they're doing that level of fraud and no one's talking about it or
Yeah,
voicing
like,
concerns.
we,
Like I'm sorry, and if that does happen, we're canceled. That is what it
yeah,
is.
I mean,
But like, there's
yeah.
just like that's like a level of conspiracy theory that I just can't. I can't be associated with. I can't get on. I can't jump on board with. And also, I wanted to go back to like PSA and GameStop. I'm like 90% confident, and this is my tinfoil hat that, and it's not even really a tinfoil theory, but GameStop's contract with PSA probably has in fine writing that, hey, if we are going to be a submission hub for PSA, we want to have first dibs on any cards that people want to sell directly to you as a grading company.
Well, didn't PSA say the offers come from their network of buyers or
It's
whatever? But
network,
like,
yeah. It's
who
GameStop,
who are those
Courtyard.
buyers? Because it's not us.
I've noticed a lot more local vendors are saying, "Hey, we're buying junk slabs, bulk slabs. Like, we'll take it all." And it's because they have a resource or an avenue that they can take to offload it to one of these companies.
Sure.
And like all of these companies are bidding on on not PWCC but Fanatics, eBay, Probstein, whatever, and they're doing low bids and just seeing if any of them end up winning because they're going to be able to buy back in and flip. Like that's what Courtyard's doing. That's what all these companies are doing. That's what GameStop's doing with PSA. Like all the mystery packs that are being basically sourced directly from us as graders sending to PSA and accepting offers. Now we have to remember this whole feature it's like 3 months old. Like I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised this is the first, like Snipe was dead before it was even out of beta. Like PSA has been doing offers for the past 3 months almost, and this is the first issue that people have raised a flag to. I think that's doing pretty good if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I did you hear what I got from my courtyard rip?
You got the Gyarados 10, right?
So my daughter was sick on Thanksgiving, and then I had a couple drinks. I was like, we're not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna chill. And I said, we're doing kind of well in the business. I'm gonna do a pull. I did a 1K pull and got a Gyarados PSA 10 base set. I had a 8% chance to get something more than what I spent, and I sold it and I cashed out not immediately. I did it after like a day.
How much did you net after? Like, because I know
Net
you were,
I
I
met
didn't know, because I knew that there was like fees for selling back that I didn't even know
480.
of.
They
Okay,
take 6% on every transaction,
I
and they
see.
offer 90%. So you're effectively getting like
You're getting like
84%.
84.
Yeah. So I got like $480. Just nice little
Solid for
pull.
gambling. Don't recommend it to anyone here. Please don't do it.
Yeah.
You'll probably lose.
I was watching GameStop was promoting the Lunar Power Packs, and they promoted this
The
stream of a
$2,500
guy.
ones, right?
Yeah, but the guy got wrecked. He got like a $1,600 card, and they used the clip for like their promo. I'm like, guys, I get what you're doing is like kind of a gambling like product, but like, why would you promote someone getting cooked? Like that doesn't make any sense to me.
That is weird. Hey, you got to
Yeah,
show the wins and the losses, I guess, right?
yeah. Just to
Transparency is key in this
get
hobby. Remember that.
get the FTC off your back. All right, buying just to buy.
This is loosely associated with both Merck's, actually mostly Merck's video, but it's like the the process of being a collector in this hobby is joining the Pokemon Center queue, waiting to find out what's even the reason why there's a queue, and then buying whatever it is without actually thinking. Because that's what happens, I think, with a lot of people right now, especially new collectors that have joined in the last year. They are joining the queue no matter what. They don't know what's being added, and whatever it is, they'll buy it.
Yeah,
And I think that Pokemon probably understands, like, hey, this is a good time to probably offload some of that dead stock that we had when no one wanted it. It could be, I don't know, what's like a deck. It could be build and battles. Recently they had Astral Radiance build and battles. They had Stellar Crown, Pokemon Center ETBs, which no one wanted for a long time. So I'm sure they had a lot of extra stock before they changed the way they release products. So they've just been kind of like drip feeding random stuff. They had V Star collection boxes with like Lucario Crown Zenith packs. But like the idea is that people are just buying to buy without actually wanting half the stuff that they're buying. Um,
yeah. And I
and I
think
think that's an
like
issue.
the market, people hear the market's down, and they feel like they have to buy. You never have to buy at any point. Like it's if you're going if you've committed to buying and you're ready to jump off the cliff, then that's a little bit different. Like you're gonna do what you're gonna do, but like you don't always have to be figuring out what to buy. This is like where a lot of the YouTube content comes in. It's like this is a good buy, like this is down, this is a good buy. It's like who has all this money? Like who seriously is able to buy week over week on items based on like where the market price is today versus tomorrow? Like it is there's so much content fatigue around that, and I don't actually think people are capable of doing so, and so they're just kind of like latching on to whatever they can.
Yeah.
I would say though, right now, there are a lot of good buys that are not what people are talking about.
Oh, I
Not
agree.
not modern, definitely not Shrouded Fable. Like, what are we doing with that?
Yeah, no, like for instance, there was a recent queue for Shrouded Fable. I think it was booster bundles, and I was like, "This is a skip. Like, I don't need more Shrouded Fable personally. I have what I
You
want
never
from
needed
that set."
Shrouded Fable,
Hey, the Greninja and Kingdra collection boxes,
not Shrouded Fable though. Technically,
it is. I mean, well,
came
the whole box is only Shrouded Fable packs. That's what I mean by that. But like, yeah, I get what you're saying. I bought
it's
those for
the
the promo.
promos.
Yeah,
I missed that. I totally miscalculated that. I thought they were going to print that into Oblivion.
I did
Um,
too, to be honest.
and yeah, I mean it. That's one of my regrets. That one was like as clear as day, available, and I decided to buy Shrouded Fable booster bundles instead
Good.
and ETBs. Um, yeah, buying just to buy. Like, yeah, that's all I got. Ready to move on?
Let's do it.
Hot takes. Ooh,
This
I
is
have
yours,
a
Aaron.
I I I have some pretty good hot takes this year. I actually think in 2026 there's going to be regulation coming in for mystery packs. It
Is
is.
it more of a hunch or is it just things you're seeing?
I mean, I don't know a guy who knows a guy, but I think like I'll go back to my days at like when I used to work at like Twitch. So there's this product called subscriptions, which we all know about what they are now from YouTube. And early on, how streamers would incentivize subscriptions is with raffling, right? Like if you're a subscriber, you get a chance of winning gear this month or this or that. Like if you're a subscriber, you're gonna get X, Y, and Z. And a handful of years later, there's a decision that was made that basically prohibited content creators from ever saying they would offer anything that is not actually guaranteed. So like if you go to a stream now, streamers aren't even allowed to say like you have a shot of winning something or you're gonna maybe get something, right? They can only say what you can actually tangibly get from a subscription, like emoticons, chat badges, and that kind of thing. Now mystery bags are a little bit different in that like there is a floor, you are guaranteed some value, but I think there's going to be regulation because out courtyard you can actually prove the probabilities and odds for things because they inscribe all the transaction on Nerd Talk on the blockchain, and so everything they do is actually provable. I don't think anything that GameStop does is actually provable. Or I don't
Yeah.
know if like they actually have the.
They don't
They
show
might.
you like the odds or like what's in this list of mystery packs. Like what
Well,
is
they
it?
do some of that,
Yeah.
but I think they're skirting the lines of like what is true gambling versus what a lot of these companies are skirting the line between what is actually true gambling, like the definition, and what is on the edge, on the like borderline, and then these companies will run with it as fast as they can, make as much money as they can until litigation and regulation actually comes into play. And based on the videos I see, like these YouTubers spending tens of thousands of dollars, like I have a hard time believing that long term the FTC is going to look at this stuff and be like, oh yeah, that seems fine. Like I don't. It's just my hunch. I think there's
Yeah.
probably going to be more guardrails in place, um, more standards, more restrictions, and I think it's going to slow down that industry in the next, I don't know, 2026. We'll see. But until then, there's a lot of money that's being made.
Yeah. Yeah, it's scary. I won't touch it. Never
Huh?
been a gambling kind of person, but I
Good for you.
don't even open. I will definitely urge and push people to rip packs, especially from the Japanese Ruby and Sapphire era.
I got this in Japan. Okay.
I don't want you to rip it, especially if it's like something you want to keep sealed. But I can't stop the chat from influencing you. Everyone in the chat, tell them to rip it.
Hey, if I pull the Mewtwo EX, we're going to Vegas. We're going to open up a power pack. Anything
Oh,
you want to add on to this one, Jake?
oh, I just can't wait to see these GameStop PSA mystery pack arcade machines inside every Safeway, Target, Walmart, because that's a load of content I would subscribe to. Have you seen that?
Did,
I think it was fake, but there was like this dude that was like eating a like box of chow mein in front of one of those like Pokemon vending machines, just constantly waiting for the vendor to refill it. I think it was fake because he looked like fake homeless. Like he looked like I'm looking like messy and dirty intentionally, but yeah, either way, it was comical. Um,
I'm not
yeah,
surprised.
I
I
would.
can I
I
can
can't wait to
imagine
see
that.
a GameStop casino in Las Vegas. Like it's bound to happen. Like I would
I've
go
seen
there, but I would
I've
not. I
seen
would not
vending
participate.
machines. Two years ago, I saw vending machines in Vegas
Yeah,
where you could buy like random graded cards up to like $500. I've seen it
yeah.
before. So
I think there was. Yeah, I think there was like a PSA one out there, if I remember correctly.
physical cards too, not
Yeah,
like this
yeah,
digital
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Like actual like mystery bags. Yeah. Mine's short and sweet and pretty straightforward. Regardless of market conditions, 85% of current market value is a great offer when selling, and buying sealed at MSRP is actually a fair price point. regardless of highs and lows. If you're a collector looking to sell, if you're an investor looking to buy, regardless. Selling back to PSA with like no work at 85% is a yes, please, and thank you. I know some of the biggest vendors doing this in volume. Probably not so much now because PSA offers have definitely dropped already. I don't know if
Have
anyone's
they
paid
really?
attention. Yeah, definitely. I was selling for about 85%, some 88, some 82. I think lowest was like 75 for one card, but it was like something that I knew I would just not be able to move easily. Um, and like you, I actually had a few cards that were mispriced because they thought they were the hollow variant, and I got like way more for them as non-hollows, which I thought was really funny. Um, but yeah, I think that the MSR, I want to say Rudy's term, but I won't. MSRP gang, um, regardless, I think is actually a fair price point, and MSRP might change in the near future by Pokemon. So
I mean,
don't be don't be disappointed if it does because it just happened in 2023. So
just wanted to say, Phantasmal, you can buy it right now for like 225.
you're getting closer and closer to being on the money, but further and further from Champion's Path.
Okay, I didn't bring that up. I didn't bring that up. Phantasmal, 225. Champions Path. We still have three weeks left in the new year.
Hey, if you bet all your money on Charizard and then on red Charizard or black Charizard, you're gonna win, right? At least once. So I mean, yeah. What are we at on Phantasmal Flames? You said 225.
I can buy it right now for 225 from Collector Store. Champions Path has not, look at this, not
Hold on,
changed in price.
hold on. I'm gonna go check the slide deck from our first episode because I'm nearly certain I have a screenshot of what the price was. What's it currently at again? Exactly?
Phantasmal?
Yeah. Or no, Champions. Sorry.
It's at 150. Well, the lowest listing is 149 plus shipping. So it's 161 is where the low lists are.
It was 147.79 on episode 1. You're winning. Wow, you're up so much, dude. It only took you
I'm
3 months to
actually
make 20 more dollars.
well, I didn't buy any. I still have them from long ago. I got a hot take. I actually think that the Rainbow Zard is a good investment.
I don't disagree with that.
I actually think it's a great investment. I said the investment word. Like,
Rainbow
I'd
Pikachu.
rather own a bunch of those than the ETB.
Yeah.
I
That's
think the Rainbow Zard's like
honestly
400 now.
I also agree with that. Yeah, Suge got it right. MSR penis.
Dude, boys.
Honestly, Rudy just really cracks me up, man.
300.
He is like just pure entertainment. I think someone was earlier in this episode was mentioning Rudy as an example of like someone that had the the hindsight to buy all this Pokemon early. But honestly, I think it was an accident when it comes to Rudy. It was not like it was with Magic to him, if I'm being honest. I think he put too much on black and not enough on red.
Yeah. Wave 2 is starting to get shipped this week. Wait a week. I'll take. Anyone want to bet 180 by Christmas? 180 by end of the year? No, it won't be. I think like once it
I
hit
think 200
200,
is
it's going to shoot back
yeah.
up to like 220.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
noticed that the SIRs are it's already bounced back a bit since we
Have
talked
they
about
really?
it. Yeah, it's more expensive than the gold card, if I remember correctly. Um, which is, I mean, I think that was inevitable to be honest. But yeah,
All right. We are nearing the
Q&A
end.
baby.
We've been at it for 2 hours. Sorry, Kai. If you have any questions, answer them down below. I've started a bunch of different things that we're gonna go through.
Oh, perfect.
Do you like this view or this view?
Go back. Let me see the other one. I like this one.
Okay. Up close and
This is
personal.
fun.
Um, RVD asks, "What do we think about the 151 Gengar Cosmos Hollow? Does it have potential?" Here's how I would here's how I would approach even attempting to answer this question. What does it currently sell for? How hard is it to pull? How hard is it to get into 10? And what is the trajectory of the PS10 copy? Like I would just be looking at
What?
those.
What collection tin was this? Sam's Club?
Yeah, it must be one of those retailer
Because
ones.
I actually just found out about this right now. I figured they would make this. Um, I would say we've talked about. I think in the first episode, one of the things that I was shilling was Cosmo Hollow Scarlet and Violet cards because they are low pop, they are hard to grade. Um, I made a small play on the Alakazam Cosmo that came from Twilight Masquerade. That came in a knockout box. One of the reasons why I got that was because it's sealed and it felt like a safer, less risk. But these collection boxes, I will say, they're going to be a little bit more tough to find like gradable copies, just because of the way that they're placed in that plastic. I don't actually know what product this comes from, but I think I read something about Sam's Club tin or collection box. So I would bet that it's probably going to be hard to grade, but it has it has all the fundamentals. It's 151. It's Gengar. It's Kamiya, which is a goated artist in the TCG. It's Cosmo. It's hard to grade. It will be low pop, and that's all there is to it. Oh, you're muted, Ern.
I opened up and I opened up like 30 of the prismatic poster collections with the three evolutions. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
I graded 4 of the cards. Out of the 90 cards that I got,
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
sent 4.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
you know,
I mean, this card's great. I think it reminds me a lot of the Gengar from Neo Destiny or Neo 4. Like that up close and personal Gengar. It just has that devious smirk. Art style reminds me of it too. But yeah, these Cosmo Hollows, depending on how they're packaged, uh, is like leaps and bounds when it comes to like grading potential and like risk level. But I mean, what's near mint going for? $5. You can probably like bulk buy at like 3 to 4. But
who are you going to bulk buy from? No one has like
I
50
know
copies of that.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone does.
On
I
occasion, I'll
think.
just
Oh
go on
yeah,
TCG Player and buy like 20 copies of a card, see how they come. And
I've had the worst luck with TCG Player. I've only had success once grading cards from TCG Player. It was the prize pack Lugia V. I had really good um, turnout on that, but that's like the only time. Every time
all right,
near mint is not near mint to me.
what? Here's a question for you. Sorry, Alan. We'll get to your question in a second. What percentage of cards from TCG Player that you buy? What percentage would it have to be in order for it to be a risk that you're willing to take? That are in the condition that you would expect. Let's just say gradable or not gradable
I would say like I need it to be at least 30%
of what you buy.
uh, of what you buy.
Okay.
I'd say 30 to 25%.
Yeah, last fall, so year 2024, I must have spent like 25K, no joke, on singles on TCG Player, and my gradable rate was like 60%.
Wow.
It was,
Wow.
but this okay. This is before the boom, and this is at a time where like everyone was not everyone was grading. So like the amount of people who would do something like that is like very, very, very low. And this is when I was using like graded. You remember graded edge? You remember hearing about that?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Nowadays though, like it really comes down to the card in the print, like how reliable was the quality control on that print run. I would not. I still do random things like that here and there, like a couple $100, buy 10 copies, 20 copies of this card, see how it turns out. But I've not had much luck since since then.
Were you just adding to cart, not looking at like seller status, percentage, or
Oh
was it
man,
just like were you
let me
just
show you. Let me show you my
going
spreadsheet.
wild wild west cowboy style, or was it just like was it more calculated?
I will actually just share the spreadsheet with the stream, and we'll go whole hog ham here. Um, so this is an early spreadsheet I was using. Any personal information on here? Nope. And I literally logged. I think there's like 400 transactions in here. I logged every. Wait, can you see this? No, you
No,
can't see it.
I can't see it yet.
Here we go. Like a madman. I logged every single card that I got. This is only like
I
the
love
first
that.
400 transactions or something.
Yeah.
Card name, who I bought it from, card, shipping method, expected grade, comments, what I rebuy from them, and then grade.
Gosh, no. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say you put in the work in this hobby. Oh my gosh. This is it. This is it. Subscribe.
I don't do it anymore.
I'm subscribed. I know. I
Yeah, I
understand
don't do
because
it
it's like
anymore.
there's a level of to it where it just doesn't make sense. But
Yeah.
it is good to note sellers and know whether or not I should buy from them or not. Again, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah. I
that's
did
why
that too late in the process too. Like I had been buying for months, and then I started to like realize I should probably track who I buy from. And the main thing I learned is like there's not really a lot of consistency. Like you'd be surprised, some shops they don't even condition check their cards,
yeah.
and they just like sell near mint, and it's like flawless, and you're like, why would they sell a flawless near mint card? They sell a near mint card, and it's like light plate, and it's just like very inconsistent. Um, so I purchased from like every type of seller.
Yeah, I feel very lucky, and this is where I will not out where I buy from, but I buy from places that do not grade.
It's hard to
And
check that, but yeah, yeah. I've tried
well,
to.
I know for certain that these
Yeah.
they don't. And like I've graded I graded them a champ from one of those places. That PSA 10 I graded from one of those places. I think that it's definitely become harder. I don't know if we've made this a topic or if we should at some point, but like the intro of GameStop submissions has made finding gradables a lot more difficult because the barrier of
Yeah.
entry is so much lower.
I
But it's part of the hobby that I enjoy. Like I enjoy sourcing. It does take a lot of energy out of you. Like that card show I just went to, I literally found 12 cards, and some of them are like high value, like in tens, but or at least like mid value, and from a modern standpoint, like I'm not sourcing a ton of like vintage or mid era like nines and tens from these shows. Like
yeah.
those are more one offs, but like
So
modern, like if you do the work, you can find it.
one of my findings lately, and this is anecdotal, I can't prove this. Back when I did a lot of that buying, we graded edge is a tool that you would use and it would calculate like gem rates, that kind of thing. We would go to certain sets, we would see what gem rate each of the sets had for each of the top cards. And you can correlate, or you could then, that like if a set had a higher gem rate, then
Hmm.
it would probably mean that most of the cards out of the pack are probably better condition. I say
Hmm.
correlate because it's not a one to one relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
And back then, like you would look at like the gold cards in Crown Zenith and the dogs, and like you could blind buy them because Crown Zenith was printed. Yeah, it's pretty good print quality, right? Outside of center,
Crown Zenith, I think Crown Zenith and Celebrations were some of the best
best first
printed
windshield.
sets we've seen. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I think the next best thing, if not almost to that same standard, is Mega Evolution base
yeah. I
for
agree.
English.
So that's how it used to be. Now I'm finding, dude, gem rate has nothing to do with it because I'm pretty sure everyone's grading now.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know how many times I tried to find that Mewtwo from Destined Rivals, and it has like a I think it's like a close to 50% gem rate. In Crown Zenith, the dogs had a 60% gem rate. The gold cards had like a 55, and they're like a
Hmm.
surefire. You buy it blind, like you might as well just send it because it's probably going to 10. You
Yeah.
can't do that with like Destiny. You can't do that with a lot of Scarlet and Violet
No.
sets.
No.
So I think a big part of
When
it
I
is people
saw,
are grading.
I will say, Ern, when you graded all of that modern that you sent from Card Party, I was shocked because no, I was shocked because I'm like,
Why?
why? Because it's the same question you asked earlier. Why on earth would you sell this raw? Like I was shocked. I would have if I knew you were there, I would have been right beside you buying it up with you. I had no expectations. If it was the vendor that I thought it was, I had no expectations that they were going to have gradable stuff. And you hit how many Garchomps? Cynthia's Garchomps?
I
Like
hit
six
uh,
more?
four out of five or tens.
Yeah. See, and then the Clefairies, you did well. And
Yeah.
I found a Clefairy this weekend, and it's the first one that I found that's been gradable since the set came out.
Also, my bad for selling those cards. I totally forgot. But
I'm longing for my
yeah.
sweet Gardevoir.
My other submission is gonna pop any day now. It's in QA. It's my lower tier
What's
submission.
in that one?
Like 15 gold cards from Crown Zenith and like the
You wanna
Genesect from Black and White. Just some other like lower like between 150 and $300 the cards.
I'm wondering. I kind of want to see
You want
what's in it. Are you able to share
you
it?
want a Genesect? Let me see if I can pull it
Um
up without doxing myself and having people show up to my house.
Also, that's another thing I wanted to mention to people is that like a lot of people are like hesitant to send a PSA not only for like the whole situation that happened but because turnaround time slowed down. My experience, and I know this is anecdotal, but my experience grading as of this last 6 months, this past 6 months, my subs have been turning around a lot faster than you would think. I only send at bulk unless it's like something first to market like gold Japanese Inferno X we expressed too for my buddy Richard, but everything else is bulk and it's been 2.5 months tops, like door to door.
Well,
Nice.
good for
Oh,
you, Jake. Um,
I don't think I'm the only one though. I think there's
Absol,
plenty of people.
dude,
Ooh,
I'll show you guys one of my express submissions. Hold on, let me rant on that in a second. You got
yeah,
the
yeah.
Nidoking, Chinese Umbreon, Latias, Crown Zenith. These are the ones I bought at Card Party, by the way.
Nice.
Still not
Ooh,
back. And then I submitted like four sequential sets of like the gold cards.
oh
I think.
hell yeah,
Yeah, that's all it is.
that's great. How many Chinese did you send? Just the Umbreon?
Yeah, just Umbreon. The other two, the Eevee and the Sylveon are in my bulk submission, which is like not even it's not going to be done anytime soon. Um,
If Latias is clean and it's a 10, don't sell it to someone else like Gardevoir. Oh,
okay.
I have two submissions in assembly and two in QA. Um, they've been stuck in QA a little too long.
Yeah.
One's just my jumbo legendary collection. The other is like just that Alakazam promo and Lucario promos.
Nice. All right, Alan.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're still here and patiently waiting. Just started collecting a month ago. Welcome. So far, I've mainly been going for booster boxes and going after singles that seem to be near their low. Good strategy or no? Currently have 9 booster boxes. Um, I mean, I don't really know how to say what's a good strategy or not because I don't really know what your goal is. But if you're trying to collect booster boxes, like buy the ones that you like, buy the ones that are cheap that you like. Yeah, see, this is the kind of question that it's really hard to answer because there's no right or wrong answer. Now,
Yeah.
if you're asking because like you're an investor and you want to know what's the best thing to invest in, the best thing to invest in is that's a booster box is probably Sword and Shield or I think Destin Rivals. That's what I personally think, but I could be wrong.
Could never. Yeah. There's a
I,
part of me that wants to like go. I haven't been buying a lot of Sword and Shield. I'll be completely honest. And it's not that I don't want to, but I'm not like,
dying.
I've kind of, no, like I've kind of just like put Sword and Shield in the rear view mirror and not necessarily, and that might be a bad decision. But like I have the chase cards. Like I don't
Oh,
like
you're
from
done
a
with it.
collector from like yeah like I just that's the I think that's the when it comes down to, and like and that's not meaning like I'm putting money into like ultra modern heavily, but like I'm just yeah I don't know I
It's
just
okay.
yeah it's in the rearview mirror yeah, but like a part of me is like like if I should take my own advice and buy Brilliant Stars, buy Silver
But if
Tempest,
your goal
like
is not, is that even your goal to like invest? That's where it comes down to like to each
yeah
their own.
yeah no
What's your
no
goal, right? Because
as far
like
as Sword and Shield goes, I took that whole era as like a learning experience as a collector because it's the first era I've been back all the way through or nearly all the way through. I joined when Champions Path Vivid Voltage came out. Um, Scarlet and Violet I saw all the way through, and I feel like I was able to take lessons that I learned from Sword and Shield and put them into Scarlet and Violet, and I just keep it pushing. Try not to look back. Um, Not necessarily from like a strategy standpoint, but just like from like a collector's standpoint.
yeah,
Um, but there's
there's nothing
definitely
wrong with that.
opportunity. Yeah, because like if you're buying Silver Tempest at the same price as Destin Rivals, there's something wrong there. That being said, I would probably still buy a lot of Destin before I bought Silver Tempest, just because I believe in Destin Rivals more than I do Silver Tempest. That might be a hot take.
No, I
I
would
don't
be
know.
buying. I mean, I bought Astral and Brilliant recently, but
Brilliant's so good. It's to me, it's like that one set from Sword and Shield that weirdly doesn't get as much credit as it should.
I don't get it either. Like everyone's talking like how it wasn't a good set. There was a lot of hype for Brilliant Stars,
Yeah, I
but I guess
remember that
that feeds the
release.
narrative for us to keep the price low. So I'm not going to complain too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Those questions are a little tough just because you don't know what's the end goal. Are you collecting every set? Are you just buying to invest in the cheap sets? That's not always the best play
Yeah.
if you're looking to invest. Um, but if it's out of like from a collector's mindset, get what you can, I guess. Like it's already tough to find product. I don't know.
I would say take your time. Be
Yeah.
honest with yourself. Make collection goals. There's an endless amount of things to buy, and just because market's down and singles are low, like there's always going to be a new low and a new high, and so you got to figure out what's the motivating factor to want to collect. Some people like to collect money, and that's totally fine. But you know, being honest with yourself and sticking to it is like half the battle. Um, are all One Piece collector investors now too? This is really funny to me. Been seeing 10 to 20% One Piece tables come to shows out of nowhere in the past 2 months. One Piece is making a lot of money, and I have some friends who have always been in One Piece and always been in Pokemon, and they are printing money in One Piece and moving it over to Pokemon because I think there's just a lot of new, fresh money coming in that's lifting up the market. Um, I too have also just been asked questions like if I were to be like a closet investor in One Piece, what would I buy? Just out of curiosity. Um, but like it's doing well. I will say from my anecdotal perspective or feedback, there's way more crypto activity in One Piece than I think there is Pokemon.
Oh, interesting.
That's what I think. That's what I've seen. Like I've seen like record sales for like top cards, and I know some of the guys who are like spending that money, and they're like,
And it's crypto.
it's crypto. It's like record sale, like 1 Bitcoin, and it's like the two guys knew each other, but it wasn't really a sale. Like stuff like that that happens that does not
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
get either it doesn't get talked about in Pokemon or doesn't happen as much. So I would
Yeah, no,
just
I remember there
warn
was.
people like keep that in mind that you
Yeah.
know don't believe everything you see in the market and you know figure out a way to make
Wow.
money, cash out. Don't stick to it.
I had no idea Blue Bottom was 5K plus.
Yeah, I opened up a half a case of that and then I sold the rest of the boxes at release.
I remember going to my local shop and seeing that on the shelf. But I'll be completely transparent. I know nearly nothing about One Piece. I do not watch the anime. I did not watch the Netflix live action. I understand that there is a core fan base that is diehard. My brother is a big fan of One Piece, but he does not dabble in the TCG whatsoever. Um, I think he even has like I don't even know. It's like the pirate logo tattoo. Like he has, like he's a diehard. But like for me, I'm ignorant to it and will continue to be ignorant to it, and I'm staying away from the TCG. I have no passion
Yeah,
for it. Um, I
it's a trap.
also who was it? I think it was actually Suge and Oliver talking about One Piece at some point in their podcast, and I had the same like I agreed and I was feeling the same way about it. One Piece started as a TCG during post 2020 boom. How about I'll put it that way, right? So it started after a big spike in interest in TCGs, and I think in order for it to be a successful TCG, regardless of the IP, it has to go through the ebbs and flows of being a TCG. It cannot just live
It
in the
has, right?
spotlight. Has it?
Yeah, it's very popular. People play it
No,
competitively.
I understand that. No, I know my coworker plays competitively, but I think that it has to go through it has to go through a point in the hobby where value is not the main agenda from a TCG standpoint. And like I think about like I'm talking obviously this isn't going to happen, but going to a mid-era level of interest in Pokemon in the early 2000s kind of vibe. Like look at Lorcana. Lorcana's it's it's alive. It's not doing the greatest. That might I don't touch Lorcana. I won't touch anything other than Pokemon to be honest. Um but I think that isn't it printed by Bandai? Am I
Yeah,
correct on that?
yeah,
Bandai has a track record of not being
they did.
ideal. They
People said
did.
that for a long time, but it's
They
it's
okay.
sorry, I
I
should
don't know.
clarify. I'm not questioning the health of the game. I am questioning at the top level the
Oh,
activity for the top cards and what is the motivation around that. The game and the top chases actually do like incredibly well.
yeah. There are
Um,
some really rare like played like trophy
trophy,
promos and
yeah,
stuff like that. Like I understand that, but like to me, I get worried when those prices are exceeding like grails in the Pokemon TCG.
it's because of crypto.
Like it's sketch,
Yep.
100% sketch, and I won't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Um, but that's coming from someone that does not care. Like I simply like I happily let as many people go and move their Pokemon collection or dollars into One Piece, and I can keep it in my lane, Pokemon.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I like Pokemon kind of sets at this point is going to set the standard for the investability of a TCG at this point, and it's going to have waterfall onto other TCGs.
Guys, Jake's not investing in One Piece. Let's go ahead and buy it up before he catches on in a couple
Go
years.
buy Lorcana too and Meta
Yeah,
too.
Reddit too. Derp Anthony asked, "Do you guys think the new Charizard promo is worth the pickup and grade?" I think you are really late, but yes,
Yeah,
I still haven't sent mine in.
I have
It's
one or two in here.
yeah, it's if you can find, I should just say this: if you can find any card raw and near mint worth grading, and you can afford it, you should buy it.
A friend of mine sending his to BGS because he thinks it's Black Label, like
Best
possible.
of luck to
So
him.
yeah, shout out to Bub.
That card is still, I think it's one of the best cards outside of the Phantasmal.
It's great. I think the Mega Attack cards will look fantastic in a binder. Like I think those all look really really nice. Do you think they're going to continue doing those outside of like Ascending Heroes
Dude, in true
or
Pokemon
Ascended Heroes?
fashion, I wouldn't be surprised if they spun up like another thing and they don't complete it. And they like stop it for like 3 sets, then it comes back. Like Journey
Yeah.
Together, you had the trainers Pokemon, and then in Black and White you didn't have it, right?
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of
It's
flip
just
flopping.
yeah, it's just weird, but
Box toppers, trainers, Pokemon.
it gives them
Yeah,
more optionality in the future, but it also requires them to fill out more time to realize like some of those ideas. And so like I don't know, it's yeah, I like it. I think it's cool.
yeah, I agree. Um, Speaking of that, like I think about what is it, Paldean Fates, the shiny special illustration rares. We
Yep.
got those three, and that was it. I know we haven't had another shiny vault set since. My theory is the next holiday set after Ascending Heroes is most likely a shiny related set, and we'll probably get shiny mega special illustration rares. Like that's my theory. But like, yeah, they like flip flop so often that I wouldn't be surprised. Like when I like kind of like predicted the Dragonite, I kind of thought that like there was a high likelihood that it just wasn't going to happen because Pokemon likes to like make us think one thing or like kind of lead us on one trail and then you know lead us to a dead end.
Yep. I know this is probably a half meme joke or meme question, but I wanted to answer it. When will DVDs become collectible like like video games? I actually looked into this like a few years ago, and um, the sheer quantity of DVDs that exist make it very hard for them to be a scarce collectible class. I I think that it's possible in the future, but you know, we'll
Have you
see.
seen those videos of like people that like swarm Salvation Army drops? And like it's that's crazy to say out loud. That's like dystopian as hell, but like it's like a POV of someone going to like what looks to be like a Salvation Army where everyone just swarms this crate of
Like thrifting?
DVDs. Yeah,
Are they
but it's like
Yeah.
a huge crate of DVDs and they're all just like reaching because there's like a potential shot at like a rare DVD. And to me that's super dark.
I
It's
mean,
super
we
dark.
like
I know,
characters on
I
a piece
know.
of paper meant for kids, so I will not judge. You know, I think all that's so cool,
I know.
like collectability and vintage stuff, and like it's just cool that there's a market. There can potentially be a market for everything.
What's like the weirdest like collectible that you own? Like the most like random niche like outside of Pokemon. I have one, but it was kind of like it was gifted to me, but it's like my grandma, she collected each quarter from every state and there's like one of those little booklets that you can press them into and I still have it. She signed it. That's like the weirdest like niche thing, but it's also sentimental.
That's cool.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Are they worth anything?
Probably not. About a 25 cents a piece.
On a related note, I have a 5 ounce giant quarter. I
Holy
never
crap. Is that
showed
a
you
jumbo
this.
box topper? No. Holy crap.
I went to my first coin show like over the summer, and I decided I
Nice.
want to buy something I like in true collector fashion. The first thing you should buy is what you like, and so I bought this gigantic 5 ounce silver quarter. And the beauty in this is that it's always going to be worth 5 ounces of silver. And silver, I paid 130 for it. Silver's like $50 an ounce now, so this is like $200 coin.
Wow.
So I
You're
somehow made
rich.
money on this giant coin, this giant quarter.
You should use it in coin flips you should use it at coin flips with vendors.
I, I
Break
mean,
their table displays.
wouldn't be a bad idea. I think there's a question I want to pull up. What is your guys' chase card from Ascended Heroes?
It's actually a toss up between two cards for me.
Okay,
It's Mega Dragonite and Mewtwo. Team Rocket's Mewtwo.
respectable. I
Yeah. My
I
my
don't
third is probably
know.
Metagross.
I'll say Mega Dream because the cards could look different in English, and that is kind
Sure.
of a deciding factor for me. Um, I like the Halucha, the Mega Halucha, which I mistakenly called Lucario last episode and got roasted for it. And I think I like, yeah, Mega Dragonite. The
Okay. All
Mewtwo's
right.
worn on me. I like
We
the
got
Mewtwo a little bit more, but I think Mega Dragonite and Mega Lucha.
Mega Halucha is Igawa, and that's a great card. I really like how just bedazzled that card looks and fierce. There's a lot of motion happening. A lot of her cards show a lot of motion, but yeah, that's fair. Um, a lot of like divide on Mewtwo. What was your initial reaction to it? I think I'm in the minority. Like I off the rip loved it, but like it gave me like mob Italian like noir. Like I don't know. It to me and the texture, if I don't know if you've seen it in person, Ern. I saw it this weekend.
Nope.
It's epic. It's fantastic. Like Mewtwo's texture is like radiating. It's all almost like pulsing.
I didn't like it when I first saw it because I couldn't see the texture. But it's
Okay.
after I saw some videos and pictures, it looks better. Yeah, I think it's still not my top pick. And who knows? English, like the text, you never know. It could come together and just look terrible in English.
Yeah.
So, um, yeah.
Yeah. The Dragonite's fantastic though. I think that's just a beautiful card.
Do you guys vend? And do you have any tips for people wanting to start? I have not vended in since the start of summer. Um, my general tip is if you don't enjoy it, like the experience of meeting people, don't vend because there's a lot of downtime.
Oh my
Business is
gosh.
not always booming. You're gonna be sitting around a lot. You're gonna have to go pee. You're gonna have to go eat. Your feet are gonna hurt. You're gonna want to walk the floor. Like, even though I truly think like vending was the one of the best experiences I've had in the hobby. There's only so much of it I could do. Like I started doing 1 day shows, or I started doing 1 day of a show instead of 2 days because I got so tired and I was like, I'll
Yeah,
just
yeah.
stack up all my business 1 day and then you know walk the floor the second day or just not even show up the second day. Um,
Yeah.
I also think like it's a lot of people do it as a hobby and it's like a fun thing they do on the weekends, right? And it shows because when you look at inventory of a lot of the tables, it's like, yeah, this is clearly a hobbyist trying to sell a bunch of random things.
There's
You'll
people
get
that just
more.
do it for content too.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. There's nothing wrong with that, but I think like if you don't enjoy the process, if you don't enjoy meeting people, if you don't enjoy like just all of that every step of the way, it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be. Just stick to watching Jar Chomp's videos.
Yeah, and I think that's
Yeah.
a great example. It's what you make of it. And Jake does a great job of the experience as a vendor. And I think
Yeah.
a lot of vendors don't have the charisma, the energy, the knowledge, the social skills to be successful at it because it does take a lot. And I'm someone that hasn't done it, but I have a lot of good friends that do it full time, to at different levels. And as long as you're just not the person that's like I'm walking up to your table and you're like this.
Yeah, I've done that before. I actually do it
And
all the
like
time.
I think that those people don't get a lot of sell through rate, if I'm being honest. Like
It, it definitely doesn't contribute.
it doesn't contribute. It doesn't benefit
Yeah.
you. You have to have the personality for it, I think. You have to
And the
have
product. You
yeah.
gotta have a business mindset going in if you want to do it sustainably and long term. I I bumped into some friends I used to work with, and they were talking about how they wanted to vend. Like, oh yeah, we have all these different cards, and it'd be nice to showcase them. I'm like, don't vend. No one. I shouldn't say this. Very few people want to see your collection of random things. You know, like you might strike up a conversation with someone because you have something that's interesting to them, but like most people who go to shows want to see something they can buy. And I think the sooner you can figure out like what is your advantage, like what do you have to offer that other people don't, or maybe you have access to like a lot of, I don't know, things that people don't in your area, like any leg up you can give yourself will make your experience infinitely better. That's actually like when I first started vending, I purposely tried to source and sell as much Japanese vintage and Japanese mid era, and it did well. That's where I met a lot of my friends and connections in the Bay. And I actually couldn't keep it up long term because I couldn't get enough of that inventory. But I would have like awesome conversations with people who, you know, oh, you have great assortment, you have great cards. I haven't seen this at other tables, and I just kept feeding that beast as long as I could, and it
Yeah.
worked out.
I think that's a great example of like vend what you like too. Like
Yeah,
sell stuff that you like, that you care about, because it'll show through the way you interact with your potential buyers. That like someone in here just said, it's great if you remember people's names when you vend. Like you will remember someone that just like leaves a mark, like in some degree, like on your experience with them.
yeah,
So I think that, like I mentioned earlier, Ricky and Jake and Jason all do a great job of doing that at in one way or another through the way that they vend. And that comes with time. Like it's not like Jake always says, like just go out and do it. Like I'm someone that's the same. Like you can like prepare and do X, Y, and Z and create all these checklists and buy all these different things to like prepare yourself to do it. But until you are in the weeds, you're in the mud, and you're like just doing it, you figure those things out by doing it.
yeah. I have a quick story. I the day before I was doing my first show, I hit up I hit up Jake from Pokenomics. I was asking him all these questions. He's like, just try it. Just put a price on it and see what happens. And I was like, well, what if it's like this condition? Like someone wants to spend this? It's like, just try it. And that's honestly best advice. Is like you can. The great thing about bidding is you can recalibrate in real time. It's like, oh, that's probably too high. I'm gonna relist it, or not relist it, lower the price. You do it right then and there, or ask for less than what you're asking for. So yeah, definitely jump in head first. We're almost at 3 hours, Jake. We're gonna
I'm
wrap it up soon. So
okay.
if there's any more questions, you know, you got here's your last call. Um,
I think Drew had a question. Quilly was, I don't
it
know.
was a troll question. I start it and then I unstart it.
Oh yeah, I see something about him wearing diapers and looking at Mewtwo. I that's all I read.
Yeah, I started and then I read it and was like, oh. He's asking about dumping his 401k into Pokemon. Okay. Clearly, it's a serious question.
Yeah.
Um, what's coming up for you?
Um, I have some cool videos dropping next week. I have a fun video this Thursday of an awesome PSA reveal, vintage PSA reveal. Um, so good that literally all of it is gone already. It was actually like I want to say like 50% of it. No,
The
80% of it
reverses?
probably. Oh yeah, it's all gone.
Is it the stuff that you sold like
It's
last
the
week?
yeah, yeah. All the fire red leaf green, e-reader reverses. It has that submission between because I show both submissions. One hit me like a brick, but still did well. The other exceeded my expectations and graded some things that I've never graded before in terms of like the grade itself and the era. And it's a fun one. But yeah, I got some cool videos that are probably going to drop in the next couple of weeks on artists that are paving the way in the future of the Pokemon TCG, as well as a
Nice.
fun one. I think this is a fun video, but it probably won't get a lot of views. But if Indigo League's gym leaders were narcissistic Pokemon collectors, that's the concept. So it's a fun one. But that'll probably drop in the next couple of weeks.
Who are the Indigo League Pokemon trainers?
Yeah, Brock, Misty,
Oh, duh.
Erica,
I'm dumb.
Lieutenant Surge.
That's
Wow,
Kanto.
yeah, Kanto. Yeah.
What am I talking about? Should have just said Kanto.
Uh, but
Tangela,
yeah,
man.
I'll
You just
I'll
Tangela me.
probably I know I really did Tangela you. Uh yeah, those are as far as like content goes. You're a savage.
Keep going.
Oh, wait. Also, what else? As far as personal, uh, my partner's family, her mom and her brother will be visiting for Christmas,
Nice.
and we'll be going over to her stepsister's house and hanging out with the fam. Their son, he's like 9 or 10 years old, and he's been dabbling in Pokemon, so I'll probably bring him an ETB of Surging Sparks or something. I have a few extras of those, so I'll probably have a rip session with him. That's like the
Wait,
one time I know.
why would you buy him that when you can just buy him a digital mystery pack?
Oh, that'll really embed in his brain as a core memory. But yeah, aside from that, um, I'm not going to the Collecticon in LA. That's happening like a couple days before Christmas. That's just too close to Christmas.
I was really gonna try to go, but
Card Party San Diego and
yeah,
San Francisco Collecticon are yeses, but I'm gonna skip on this one.
yeah. I'm also trying not to buy too much right now. Um, yeah. Cooley asks, "What do you deem good enough for your wall display?" I am having a midlife crisis with my wall display. I have my electrodes here with my Machamp in the middle. It's a level X Machamp PSA 10. Japanese, not English. That's way too expensive. Above that, I was just hanging my Pikachu Black Star promo from Sword and Shield. Just 9 of them. On that side, we
It's
have Mewtwo
basically
from
everything that
Pogo.
he's shilling.
Yeah,
You have
this
you
is
have that
you've
Pikachu
been
promo and you have
brainwashed for
Mewtwo
the
from
last 3 hours,
Pogo.
basically. And here I was gonna complete um,
Celebrations, V Maxes, and Japanese
no, the
celebrations.
middle row is a wash. I was actually gonna do all the reprints, um, the Kanto starters in PSA 10, but I haven't finished
Well,
it.
if you ever
Yeah,
take off that Blastoise V Max, I'll take it off your hands. I still need that one
Jake,
weirdly.
I literally have 10 of them in my closet.
Okay, well, I'll send you money after this. I need
I
one,
bought them all when they were like
but
$50.
I gotta look at them all and pick the best one.
I'll pick the best one and send it to you.
Oh, speaking of sending to each other.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
No. Let's save it. Let's save it. Let's save it. We'll do it. We'll do
Well,
both next. Because
I won't be
wait,
here next time. I won't be near the package.
oh, okay. Well, should we do it? Okay, so for next time, I'll open mine and then
Yeah.
you open it now.
Yep.
Just don't share my address. It's on that box. So Ern and I, if you stuck around, Ern and I decided to exchange gifts, but I had not. I didn't know he was going to send me something. I actually just sent him a gift just to send him one, and he has no idea what it is. I have no idea what he sent to me. Um, but yeah, little Christmas gift exchange that I think would be fun.
Hold on. I gotta turn off my AI tracking software thing. It keeps turning back on. My camera's going all crazy. There we go.
Say the slogan: "Buy the card, not the grade."
I'm gonna open this real quick.
Let's do it. You're probably going to see it right off the rip. At least one of them. Your mic's muted, by the way.
I know. I didn't want to get all the crinkly noise on the mic.
ASMR, dude. Come on now.
In the box?
Yeah. Yeah, it.
Nice.
There's a few things in there.
Got me an
Fitting
electrode.
plushie. Voltorb.
He's looking a little soft. Let me take him out.
I know, he's a little flat.
He's a little flat. It's like a.
It's like a frisbee Voltorb.
It's like a. Nice. Very cool. Thank you.
Little desk edition. Why not?
Yeah, a little desk edition.
It's very thematic.
Oh, yeah. Nice. PSA 8 Voltorb from Aquapolis. Was that Aquapolis?
Yeah.
I can read backwards.
Yeah.
Yep, Aquapolis. Very nice. Added to my collection of Pokemon that look like Pokeballs.
Graded both of those myself.
You know, oh, I didn't see the other one yet. Oh, an Electra reverse. Nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Of course, dude.
You know what's funny is I didn't grow up with e-reader. I was out of the hobby then. I don't recognize I haven't seen a lot of the card arts.
That's the same artist that did the Smeargle that I just bought from Unseen Forces. Forget their name, but yeah, very thematic. Gonna add it to that wall.
Oh, nice. That's what I say to my grandma when she gets me pajamas for the No, very cool. Wow. Hooray. I can't believe it. All right, should I open this pack for both our sakes?
Yes, run it.
Run it back. I don't know the card trick, so we're just going to...
It probably doesn't have one. It might be the top card.
I'm going to get the scissors. Get the screen ready.
Let's go. All right, you got to do it, and then just watch my reaction.
Front.
Hell yeah! That's the best one. Front. Let's go.
That's pretty cool. It's crazy to think this has been sitting there for like last year. Be on the front. Look at that hollow.
That looks really good.
Yeah,
centering's off, but.
Okay, now the rest of this is... I'm going to butcher the rest of this.
Ooh. Nishida coughing. Okay. Or wheezing.
Wormhole.
Okay.
Coughing.
Oh, Nishida coughing. That's cool. You got both.
Oh.
Fanfy. What's up? Hell yeah. Let's go. I think that's Himeno. More Nishida. Yep.
That's Zangoose, right?
Yeah, or the pre-evolution, I think.
Taylor?
Yep. Himeno and Nishida pack, for real.
Cocoon something?
Kusajima, yeah.
No, I mean the Pokemon, not the...
Oh, yeah. No. That's like It's Kusajima is the artist. I don't know the name of the Pokemon. Something
Oh
Kun.
yeah, Wilmer,
Oh hell yeah, that's a Rita.
Electrike,
Nice.
Energy.
Energy. Nice. The
Let's see
hollow's
how this.
dope.
Yeah, let's see how this
Honestly,
card looks.
I like the coughing and the wheezing. It's a little right heavy.
Yeah, it's right heavy.
It
Yeah,
looks.
it would nine.
Look, that Cosmo is popping though.
Not
Nice,
bad.
dude. Now grade it with like AGS because they don't grade centering.
That's
Not
true.
AGS. What is it? Is it AGS? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah, AGS.
AGS. Yeah. You should. That'd be cool. Or Gemex. I think Shug's been grading with them or buying graded cards from them.
One of these days, if we get real frisky, I'll open this for us.
Yeah, you're an animal. No, that box is way too cool to open, dude. You have shiny Mew and Mewtwo and Pikachu on the front. What is that?
Shining Legends.
Is that? Oh wow. Yeah, no shot, dude. Don't
No.
open that.
But this one I actually will maybe open one day. You've seen this before.
Oh, that is crazy. That damn.
Because
I love
both
the
of the full
comic
arts are in
book
the
style.
box.
Oh, they are the
Yeah.
like alt arts.
Yeah. So if I
No
wanted
way.
to rip these, and the gem rate's
Grade.
incredibly high, so if I want to rip them
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like get frisky for like a black label or something, this would be the play.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah,
One day,
ARS, not
maybe.
AGS. That's what I meant. Yep. Yeah, that'd be sick. Nice. I love it. You won't catch me opening anything though, until we open that VS pack.
Fake collector.
Pretty much.
All right, man. Anything else? Anything closing notes? Anything else we want to mention?
Um, Other than check out Shug, check out Oliver on the Weekly Weedle. Thank you guys for calling us out. That's how this whole episode came about. So we appreciate y'all. Merc, shout out to Son of a Merc. Go check his channel out. Go check out Java. Go check out DeGreen Shiz if you're looking to sell sealed product. He moves it quickly. 7-day auctions. But yeah, thanks for the 3-hour yap session, Ern, as always.
Yeah. Closing bits from me. Spotify. I've been updating Spotify. It'll be in the link down below. I think there's like 80 views or something. Like, people actually
Let's go.
listen
Listen.
to it. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's kind of impressive. The link will be updated down below. All the links for the sponsors and all the different channels, and I think that's it. So the next stream will be in 2 weeks from today. I don't think that's going to be an issue. 2 weeks should be fine right before Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's okay with. That should be fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can open up the present I got you. I think you'll like it. I
Hell
think you'll
yeah.
like it.
I didn't expect anything to be honest, but I appreciate you. It'll be fun opening something on camera, live reaction. YouTube content creator face.
Oh my gosh.
You won't believe how much this is.
We're getting old. We're getting old for sure.
I take some of those thumbnails in person, right? Like in social environments. It's not.
Jake, I know.
It's those cards and coffee. Like I actually have to do that, like pretending like I'm holding something, because I have a vision for the thumbnail.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
with you in public, and I'm going to look around. Yeah, he's doing a thumbnail thing from YouTube, I guess.
Hey, there was this older guy that walked past me today, and he was like, "Hell yeah, putting in that work." Work. The whole point of this hobby, you have to work to make things happen. But
Rizzy, you're correct. We're doing it Tuesday the 23rd, not Monday the 22nd. So we'll update that.
oh yeah, that's my bad. I can't do math but yeah, that Tuesday we'll be doing it, and then hopefully after that we can go back to our Thursday schedule. And I think 7's been great. I think it helps with the East Coast folks too
Yeah,
that have
Yeah.
a early bedtime. But
for sure. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in a couple weeks. Peace.
peace, y'all.